What's going on,
What's up?
everybody? Jim made it just in the nick of time.
Nah. Yeah.
I just did a bunch of that before I came in here.
Yeah. Well, I just got done eating, so perfect time.
We got my mom in the chat. Sliding sideways. We got Kev. Sleek was here.
I gotta get my computer fired up.
Not many watching tonight, but that's all right. Maybe a few more will pop in from time to time. Be a slow build. Hang out. It's miserable. Can't hardly tell, but it's just gray and nasty outside and windy. And
Yeah, same here.
good day to build a model. I had this for a couple days. Got the RX-78-2. What is it? Entry grade Gundam.
Now, are you into like the anime and stuff too?
So I started watching the show. I just recently got Netflix, mostly to watch the Tyson fight, but I know that there's the show on there, and I watched the brand new one, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. It's all made by AI and shit, which is kind of whatever. The faces get a little weird and the stuff, and I, as a standalone thing that I've never really seen it all before, the new one that's kind of like half live action, half animated, more than anime, I kind of liked. But I started watching the anime one on Netflix and was just kind of like, who is that? Like, I don't know. I guess I need to pay real close attention to be able to tell the characters apart better. And the names, like, I'm so bad with names, and their names are so crazy that I'm like,
Oh yeah.
huh?
Oh yeah. That's like getting into like a sci-fi novel. Like, okay, I read the Dune series. Now, the Dune series is a series of books that are like 500, 600, 700 page long books. There's a lot of fucking characters with some strange names.
Yeah.
And it's real easy to get people all fucking mixed up. Some of those types of books will actually come with like a couple of pages listing the characters and who they are, the name, and who they are.
That's funny. Yeah, you need to be able to like go back, like what page were they introduced? Like, how did I meet this person? Like, like an adventure story. You need to be able to go back and read like, so I met this person at this time. Yeah. And with the show, there's no, I think it's a big part of it is there's no like good guy, bad guy. It's just like how bad war is and stuff. And it's like, you don't know who to root for because at one point it seems like everyone dies. So you're just kind of like, oh, okay.
I'm here.
I was
grabbing my computer.
Yeah, I like the models.
Yeah.
The models are real fun. So this is my second entry grade. Here's my first entry grade completed.
That looks fucking great, man.
Well, it's nice that you can see on this one, so the white and the yellow and the red are all like different color plastic. And then I got this guy. This is an SD one, so he's a little shorty. And see the shield, the yellow is a sticker. You can kind of see I screwed up right there. It's like off. And then they want me to put a little thin white sticker all the way around the outside. And I tried the top right here and screwed it up and like ripped the sticker, trying to pull it back off real fast. And I was like, well, I guess he doesn't get the cool, colorful, full color shield like the full size one.
Right.
But yeah, those little ones are okay, but I like these entry grade ones because of the color separation and, it is a little bit more, a little bigger, a little more, it's actual, what the show looks like and stuff too, obviously.
Yeah, more detail.
You see there's yellow in there on the eyeballs.
Yeah.
And it's hard to do, but you can move them all around. Poses, legs,
right?
His feet even move.
No
They're
shit.
real posable. There's people that do really awesome like stop motion stuff with them.
Oh, no kidding, really?
And I thought when I first got them, I was like, I'm gonna do some stop motion stuff and do just like funny whatever. But man, I was like, to move it just a little bit and then to not move my phone. You know, I don't have like a nice camera tripod set up. So to not move my phone and to try to get good pictures, like I tried a few where it's just like doing a little bit or like a head movement, and it's like the whole picture moves. So you know the head moves from here to here. That's if you didn't want that animation, it just looks like he's moving around uncontrollably.
So he's like a drunken Gundam.
Yeah. Yeah, so I learned real quick that stop motion is a lot harder than I thought.
Well, yeah, because you've got to maintain the camera, but you also have to maintain the model in the same position.
Yeah, because it's like you can't just like pick it up and move the head. You're gonna be like, oh, where were his feet at? Where was he? Like, dang it. Yeah. So you
not just his feet. Shit, you can't move his torso. You can't move his arms. You can't. You know, depending on what motion you're looking for, nothing else can move. It's like, damn, that would be very tough. You'd have to have tight joints, and you know, you'd have to be. Well, I mean, but not too tight though. You know.
Yeah. So these are nice and snug, and everything's easy to move except for the hip. Like to move the hip out, like it doesn't.
What? You can just make that particular one have a limp.
Yeah, well, it's you know, they're stiff. The hips
right. That's what she said. All right. I don't understand what's going on with this.
Back up there. All right. I'm going to open up this guy. Start the process. I wish it... maybe it does. Say how many, like, parts there are in it. It does say a bunch of stuff that's supposed to be, like, about the real thing. Like, the generator output is 1,380 kilowatts. The head height is 43 feet tall, so they're supposed to be, you know, 43 feet tall in real life. The material is Luna titanium alloy. The armaments or the weapons or the beam rifle, beam saber, 60 millimeter Vulcan gun and shield. So yeah, they get all that stuff in the show, and it's funny because I started watching one movie on Netflix and was like, is this even in English? Like I can't read a whole movie. I will not know what's going on. Like I can't read that fast. And then if I'm like looking at the bottom of the screen,
then you're gonna miss the action.
Yeah, wait, what happened? You know, I don't know what happened. So it got 2 white runners, a gray and yellow and red runner, and a gray and yellow and red runner. 2 of those. Oh, and blue. That one has blue on it. Gray, blue, yellow, and red on 1 runner. And the instructions.
That's pretty funny. I just got YouTube up, and first thing that comes up is an ad for try NBA Live 3.
Huh.
It's like, and you guys are doing pretty bad. You got to be giving it away.
Right.
What's up, Anna Haley? Hi, Donna.
Hi, Anna. Sorry, I've been talking. That's my sister. Hope you're having fun at your new job, sister. So I think I said last time, but all the runners are.
Your sister says, "Hey, hey, hi."
All the runners are broken up into the head, the torso,
What's up, Kev?
the waist, and stuff. So that's kind of cool that they make it that easy. But all the parts are numbered pretty easy. I don't have my scissors.
So I had big plans for today, but ended up not accomplishing shit. I was sick to my stomach all day.
Oh, bummer. That sucks.
I'm feeling better now finally, but yeah, I just like couldn't get more than, the room away from the bathroom.
Yeah.
Kind of deal. Well, I think what I did, I screwed up and ate like chimichangas like an hour before I went to bed. Like at 4 in the morning, I ate chimichangas.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, David? Thompson Zoo in the house.
Max, Thompson Zoo, what's going on, guys?
What's up, Max?
I'll show you the front of the box here in a second.
Yeah, I threw the link in the wolf pack there.
Oh, nice.
So, figured there'd be a few people who'd notice.
5 o'clock in California, so it's, I don't even know what time at your house, 8, 7?
It's 8:11.
So, I figured people were kind of probably busy eating dinner. You were eating right before you came on, and
yep.
But I sort of ate early and just wanted to do this while I was miserable, and then I'm gonna go watch a Blind Frog Ranch show later. Just chill, smoke a joint with my dad. But didn't want to do this all day, but didn't want to do it in the middle of the day when like people were working and busy.
Right.
Really busy. I've been decorating my toolbox. I got the Psycho 13 on there, but now I got some. It says I want you to build Gunpla, which is the short term for these robots. If anyone has ever bought a Summit Link RC body, they'll know what that's from, but I thought it was kind of cool. And then some more Gundam. I bought some Gundam stickers. And I got family colors.
Good job.
And then A-Main, even though, because I bought all these from A-Main, these Gundam. But if you're anywhere on the West Coast, I wouldn't buy them from A-Main because they come from the North Carolina warehouse on the East Coast. So it takes like
what's up, James?
a week to get here, where usually I order from A-Main and it's like 3 days because I'm in California. Oh, and another big thing, there's not many people watching, 9, but I recently hit 2,300 subscribers. So thanks everybody for subscribing and watching my stuff. I've been kind of slow lately. Weather change and money and all that stuff, you know how it goes. But
this says 2.32.
I got some Gundam stickers. Yeah, I'm all the way up to 20 past already, I think.
Casitas!
So if you haven't got any of my stickers, wrong way. Any of these guys and want some and would also like maybe a random Gundam sticker, I got a whole stack of like 50 of them for like $4 on Amazon. I was like, cool. And I picked out the ones I kind of like, and those are just whatever sticker bomb stuff. So if you want to sticker bomb something, you want a couple Gundam stickers and one of my stickers. These are clear. I don't have one anywhere that I could show you with the clear background, but all the white part basically besides the skeleton hand is clear.
Right. Yeah, I can show you. Where you at?
Yeah.
There you go.
I just didn't know if other people had seen them before ever.
Oh, no. I meant to. This is what I.
Casitas. Oh, yeah. See, there you can see the white of the skeleton hand shows, but the rest of it's clear.
And it's perfect for when you've got a bend. You just make sure you get your shit clean before you stick it, or it'll start coming up.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna throw some super glue on there. It'll stick. So I got the rest of these to stick. This is my first deadbolt. This is my first SCX-24. So that body has been through everything with me. It's been getting stickered.
Yep, I got my first one up here. My first body, anyways. The green one also. I I chopped the cage off. Still has the scale stuff in the back.
There's a sticker everybody wants.
I got that on mine too, right there. Or not right there, but on mine. And on the other side, I got one of my first.
Psycho 13.
I thought the orange and green, for whatever reason, worked somehow. I don't know.
I couldn't put that one on here. It was too big. I didn't have any real estate for your sticker on it.
And I got 86 on the hood and flag. Oh, and then
this is one of Bull Gear's original stickers. That one right there. You can't really read that, but what it says is, "Don't follow me. I do stupid shit."
I got mine right there. You can't read it, but it says, "Gas, grass, or ass. Nobody rides for free."
There we go. I've known a few people that had that on their dashboard when you in front of the passenger seat.
Yeah, so I forgot my brother.
And they meant that shit.
Snowing, freaking James. Nice. My brother is up back in Bernie, and
I usually pulled out a doobie.
3 or 4 feet already. It's crazy. I don't know if I could get this back up there now.
It's rainy and dreary here, Casitas. It's chilly as fuck.
Aha, got it. Yeah, Casitas have a SCX base camp. I don't. Kev has 2 or 3 of them. I'd like a base camp. That would be one of the ones I'd probably get, but I don't plan on getting any new RCs. I got built.
James said it's snowing there.
This is my expensive my expensive hobby these days. This kit was like, shit, I don't even remember. Not very much. $12
or something. Yeah,
something like that. I think it was like 16 shipped. So there's not much I can buy RC related for $16, but I can buy a whole robot kit and go live and build it and have fun and, you know, take pictures of it and shit. So something to do. Plus I just feel like my RCs are like, I want rims for my deadbolt, but you know, it's like I kind of want new tires too, but you know, I'm cheap, so I won't get new tires. I'll just get the new rims. But I want new tires for my Defender, because I want, if I get new rims for my deadbolt, I would want to put those rims on my Defender. So then it's like I can't, you know, I want new rims, but I need new tires too for the other truck. So it just adds up, and I end up getting nothing. So I'm like, whatever. One of these days I'll get more RC stuff. James said not much, just chilling. Hopefully, I don't know if you worked today, or I think he said you had to do paperwork or something. But anyway, I hope that all went well. Let me know if the background music's too much. Jim didn't say nothing, so I figured it can't be too bad.
no, that's just fine, man.
Yeah.
It's just down in the background.
A1, A2, A... what? Oh, those are A3, A4. So with this kit, you're not supposed to need tools, but like everything has 3 points of contact. So just because I only have one hand and I can't like break them out, I usually cut one of them with my cutters that my mom got me. Got a whole kit. Oh, and on the inside, I got stickers too. I forgot about that part. Got a crazy face, some more Gundam, and then in here it says dial 911. That's for all the sharp pokey stuff, because these are sharp. The freaking tweezers are crazy sharp. Obviously, X-Acto knives are sharp. The file is not sharp, but it's flat. But yeah. Dial 911 now. A3, A4. One over there. These 2 up here. B1, B2. going to put these down here. I got my little mat that I use to kind of hold things in place. I can't tell, is that too dark? That's a little better. A1, so this little part's the eyeballs. It's weird how this is connected. So once I clip the one, there'll be a little nub left. There you can kind of see it on there. A little tiny piece of plastic. I usually kind of save those before I throw them away, but there you can barely see. That's one piece. The shape of it. Can't hardly see the shape of it. The pointy part right there that you see sticking out is actually the eyeballs that you see.
Gotcha.
There. So it's like crazy how tiny that is. I mean, next to my fingertip, that's probably one of the littlest parts on here.
That's what she said.
A216.
Nah.
Casitas, have I started building bigger models? You mean like these ones bigger compared to the like this guy? Where are you?
I'll be right back.
Because this is an SD version of this model, but I don't really like these ones because the stickers are hard. Like that's one whole big sticker. The shield is supposed to have white. The feet are supposed to have white, and I was just like, no. He looks fine. Or these ones, these kits are every single different color is a different piece of plastic. So I don't know what you meant by bigger models, but I like the 1/44th scale, I guess, size, where they stand up a little taller. I don't know if that's what you mean. Andy, what's going on? Andy, Richie, and Jim, everybody in the chat. What's going on, Andy? Max, my 10 scale crawler fleet is growing. Got another high trail today. Also ordered a Red Cat Ascent 2. Hell yeah, Max, that's awesome. High trails are cool. Did you get the did you say scale fleet is growing? Got a high trail. Did you get the Chevy, the Ford, the I like the Sport, the high trail Sport. I'm not really like a green fan, but the gray and green launch edition of the high trail Sport, that thing was pretty freaking cool. Okay, B1 number 3. You guys are distracting. Just kidding. That's what I'm here to do, is hang out with y'all. B1 3. Oh, it's a little tiny face mask thing. Maybe I was wrong. I thought the first piece was smallest. This one's even smaller. You guys can barely see those, but B1 1. Maybe I can pop that one out. There we go. So you don't need the tools. Well, you can barely tell what I'm doing, but you're not supposed to need the tools for these. But then they'll leave little nub marks, kinda. And that's what. All these files seem a little too rough. I don't know if that helped a lot or not.
Back.
The nub off the edge of that. Kind of hard to sand stuff. Did Max answer? Nope. Max, what
Oh, I haven't even been
high
looking.
trail did you get? So the bigger, the more money.
Ordered up a red cat of scent.
Not really, Casitas. The SD kits, you can get them for like real cheap on A-Main if they're like scratch and dent. They're like $10, but my first entry grade. Let me pull you back up here for a sec. My first entry grade, the Strike. This one I got for $10 on Amazon. So these are not any much more expensive unless you go into the master grade. Oh, my phone's not gonna stay right there. Why not? Unless you get into the master grade kits and stuff, then they get way more expensive.
Now, are those the ones where they've got those special paint markers and everything for them?
Yeah, and I mean, a lot of times they'll come with like a sheet of water slide decals or whatever, and there'll be like 50 little decals, and it'll say like somewhere on, somewhere on a panel right here, it'll say like vent caution, but it'll be, microscopic to fit on this little tiny thing.
Sure.
You have to like line it up, and people, paint marker, line them, and to draw out the detail in the white. I got a brown kit on the way. I'll have to show you. Stand up there. Let's see if I can pull this up real fast. Oh, come on, zoom in. Any day now.
Well, Casitas, it depends on where you're going with a rig.
Oh, it's all blown out. So I got this guy coming just because I want to age him and rust him and
Gotcha.
He's got like shovel arms, so I want to take a picture. I want to get a really good like rustic picture of him like digging in, and maybe he comes with weapons and stuff, but he just looks more like a bulldozer guy to me. I don't know. And this isn't anything to do with the anime, or this is like a whole different. That's a 30-minute missions kit. So that's the next one I got on the way. That one was also only $9.99 on Amazon.
Yeah, well, just like any military, I mean, you've got your engineers. They have their specialized equipment.
Yeah, but I got that one because I bought my kid a Christmas present, and it said spend this much more and get free shipping, and I was like, well, I'm gonna buy myself this then because it's only $9.99. But yeah, it just depends on what there's lots of kits out there and stuff to look at. You can get real expensive ones, and they'll have this has 1, 2, 3, 4 runners. The master grade kit might have like 6 to 8 runners, so they'll just a lot more parts, but there'll be a lot more like moving parts, a lot more like a vent will open, a barrel will like extend, there'll be a lot more like kind of cooler stuff going on compared to just this is like kind of stands there, you can move him around, he does that, he does this, and that's it.
Gotcha. I understand. Yeah, that's a cool. That'll be cool. You could do a whole display, setup.
Yeah. Why does that look so much different than that?
So Casitas was asking if it's worth it getting the 24 base camp and upgrading it, or just go to a full custom. And that all depends on where you're really wanting to go, Casitas. I mean, if you see yourself ultimately replacing all the parts, well, start with custom. But the base camp, from what I understand, those shocks are pretty good. I like having a, relatively stock rig, just for the challenge of it, and make you remember of, where you started with the hobby, and just let you see the whole difference and where you've come from, and all that. I don't know. It's just cool having that. So if you're only looking at, making it like a trail rig, and, but if you're looking to go full rock crawling, and you're going to end up replacing everything, well, save all the parts and rebuild it.
Yeah, I mean, I bought my truck and then slowly upgraded it over time and played with it and upgraded it and played with it and upgraded it. So, I mean, it just depends. If I could have, I might have bought all the parts at once and just been like full upgrade. But doing it the way I did do, having the time to kind of play with every upgrade is fun. It gives you something to look forward to. If you just get all the upgrades, then you're gonna like want to build a whole nother one a whole different way, which you will anyways. But it's kind of nice doing stuff the slow way sometimes, unless you want to just like full on comp it, or there's pretty obvious upgrades.
Depends on where you're going with it.
Yeah, and I mean, there's pretty obvious like beginner upgrades, wheels, tires, servo, basic stuff that you can do before you do like a full chassis, carbon fiber, or custom 3D printed, or so. I mean, it just depends, like Jim said, where you want to go with it and stuff. So,
yeah,
all right, I think I got to put these parts together.
He says, funny you say that. I have all the leftover parts to build a TRX-4M. Exactly. So, make sure if you do buy a stock rig ready to run, save everything you take off of it, because you may work your way all the way through, and then you can just put it back together and you'll have two rigs.
Yeah.
I got to a point myself where it was getting stupid for me to buy a stock rig. Because
if you're just going to change every single thing, then you don't need to buy a stock one.
Well, that's what I was ending up doing with everything. I'd swap out a whole bunch of stuff, and then I'd swap out the rest of the stuff, and then I was like, well, that's not even the same rig anymore. So I don't have any of my first stock rigs. I don't even have the parts because they all went to somebody or went somewhere. I either gave them to somebody directly, or I ended up doing in the Gateway project, sending a lot of stuff, So, I have all of the original 6 stock axials, but there's not anything changed now because I ended up picking them up. The local hobby shop was dropping all the axial stuff. He was going full on, signed a contract with Traxxas, and was just going to carry Traxxas. So he sold all his stock ones that he had sitting around for $100 a piece.
Dang. Oh, so I remember that. You got a bunch. Yeah. I mean, I think the reason I want a base camp is because I would slowly build it up again. I know that I would take the time and buy, the motor and servo, and I would just drive it with plastic links and a new motor and servo and have fun with it. And then later I would be like, okay, I need more weight, so I'd buy brass and this and that. It just depends on what you want to do.
Yeah, if you're just getting one and you're just gonna play, and that's great. But if you're Casitas, I know Casitas. He's been around, he's got rigs.
His rigs don't say or show that he wants a stock rig to slowly upgrade. He's got like Rock Pirates chassis and stuff like that. Oh, I forgot to count how many pieces. 1, 2, 3.
Well, now see,
4, 5.
I do have a build around here. There it is. I'm going to be coming to it. I called it Ordinary Average Guy. And
So I got 6 pieces, and here's the head of the dude.
Oh, wow. So that's 6 pieces together?
Yeah, and I mean, you can barely tell, but there's red for the mouth, there's red around the eyes, there's yellow for the eyes. I mean, it sucks that it won't focus on it, but
there it is. That's better. Yeah, we picked up the yellow there for a second.
But yeah.
Wow, that's pretty wild. I didn't think it was like that in depth.
Yeah, and I mean, they make a big deal. It says on the box. I mean, obviously you can't tell. There you can kind of see how it looks like there's black outlining the yellow. That's just done with shadow. There's no black plastic in here. But I mean,
what's up, Brian Koshner?
What's up, Brian? Thanks for stopping by. And then you can kind of see there's like safety nibs. There you can see it. I'm gonna cut those off.
Castina says, so I'm thinking of selling some of my RCs. What do you wait, it moved off the street. Let me see. Go back. So I'm thinking of selling some of my RCs to start some new projects. What are your thoughts on this? You kind of get attached. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't bring myself to sell them. I sold one to Caleb. Max said, if you're going to swap everything, it's chassis, axles, links, transmission, electronics, might as well go from the ground up.
Oh, come on.
Because he is definitely building a mofo rig.
There we go. Oh. That shut off into nowhere. Alright. Guy's head is done. Next,
hey, what's up, Sparky?
Body. Sparky and RC and Off-Road. Hey, guys, what's going on? I'm building a Gundam today. Yeah, it's a touchy subject. Selling them? Yeah. Fleek, what up, Denny and Jim?
What's up, Fleek?
In the chat. What's going on? Yeah, I mean, I'd like to sell some just to finance some other ones, but then it's like, well, then I'd miss that one. Then I won't have that one to play with.
Well, yeah, see, like most of my rigs are all like, personal. A lot of them are like really personal because like they contain a part or multiple parts that somebody gave me.
Yeah. A1. Over here.
Well, yeah, I've got this. This is a stock chassis axial that I got all the parts to, and what I'm actually going to do is a step-by-step walking through it. I'm actually going to do a video series on it, walking through a stock axial, and changing out certain things and showing, what the improvement is from stock. Like changing out the servo, changing out the steering length, the motor.
Yeah.
Start with the obvious, start with tires on a stock.
Auntie.
And I'll just walk that rig through a progression of upgrades just like everybody does,
Yeah, I didn't do lives, but nowadays, anytime I get a new part, it's like a reason to do a live and wrench and bench and, show y'all this is what I'm doing.
What's up, Rachel?
I don't do a lot of long form videos, but I'll obviously do shorts and stuff, like showing off. Like when I got new knuckles, I tried to do a real low shot showing in at my knuckles and stuff. So try to show them off. I try to talk about them. I try to, not promote them necessarily, but kind of. A2-17.
Oh, wow. Sparky said, been debating that himself. Need to sell some of my hobbies to fund a new vehicle. Man, that really sucks.
Yeah.
But that's how I've been in and out of the hobby myself over the decades. Hey, life comes first and you need a car. So.
Yeah. That's about where I should be. I need to find a job. Stop buying these toys.
Casitas had a little guy racing crawl event. Had a good turnout on awesome terrain. That's cool, man.
Sweet. So I got part of this guy's waist, and it's only 3 pieces. That's pretty easy.
Yeah, Brian, just just something to walk through a stock vehicle, and just show what each upgrade will do for it, for new people who are like, well, what should I upgrade and what will I get if I upgrade? What benefit? Like some of the upgrades that I've got, of course, Mofo brass steering lane, brass servo mount, Mofo CVDs, Mofo brass knuckle. I think we're seeing a theme here.
There's 3 pieces, 3 different colors. But it's crazy, like the blue is 1 piece, and see how it's all like separated between the red and yellow and.
All right, yeah, that's like the groin section.
It's part of the waist.
Torso. Yeah.
I mean, for 3 pieces to have them, layered and that much detail.
That's a fucking mosquito.
Yuck. Killed it.
Did you see that mosquito fly by? Flew right by the camera.
A15.
I missed it.
Oh, this big ass piece. What's the chat up to? Ryan Koshner. So, Jim, are you tempted to get a 1/18th MB24 aluminum variants and the IFS trailing arm kit for it? Or for? Ryan has a question for you there, Jim.
Yeah, I'm reading.
Okay. And that piece is supposed to come off, right?
I would love to, Brian, but yeah, it's just not even. I'm not going to be spending any money on RC for a while. Not any real kind of money. I mean, a set of tires here or something like that is one thing, but yeah, I'm just not going to have any cash available for a minute. Or 4. Yeah, I hear you.
A1.
No, can't do it this year.
A18. This guy. See, why can't I bend that stuff? A218.
Because see, that's what I was thinking about those Transformer robots at Universal Studios. Those things are cool.
Yeah. I never been, but it'd be cool. My nephew was always really into Transformers. I mean, I like the movies, the newer movies and stuff. Obviously, it was like, cool cars, fucking cool robots, all kinds of cool shit for me. I liked it all. Okay, 1, 2, 3.
So Brian said trio brass is top notch, perfect fitment as always. Just got a whole trio brass setup for my Gen 9 to install with the sick ass brake rotors. Hell yeah, that's gonna be cool, Brian. Sparky said he's been keeping himself to $50 a month on RC, only when deals come up for the most part.
Yeah, these kits being like $10, $12. This is about my hobby money as of now. This goes into here somehow.
Brian said he's got to get back to his 2021 Bronco TRX4 build. Got everything ready for the next stage. Hell yeah, man. Can't wait to see that.
And that goes.
Chat, just disconnected. Yeah, it's back.
That's cool. Hard to tell, but yeah, here's his torso.
Sparky said, I've got enough parts and chassis laying around to do 5 or 6 rigs now. Right, I just counted. I've got 12 builds sitting right here to do yet. So I really don't need anything. That's looking good, man. That's the chest, then.
Yeah, the torso part. I mean, I'll show it later, but there's 2 different folding sections right there. So he's got like a double ab crunch going on.
Okay, I see.
So that was 3 more pieces onto the
I hear you, Brian.
abdomen. Oh, I need to keep that out.
Casita says Trio makes some great color anodized parts. Casita wants to know what scale that is.
It's 1/144th, but they're about here.
Well, considering the actual robot's supposed to be, what, 40-some feet tall?
Yeah, where'd that piece go? So on the box right here, you know, it shows it real big, but stand up right there. You can see next to my hand, well, how big they are.
Right.
They're about 4 or 5 inch, 6 inches tall, maybe. If I bring it back here, you know, I can almost fit it in my shirt pocket. Like, they're pretty little. And so basically, if you look at this guy, how this is sized to me, they're supposed to be a person. If you look like where the red is and the blue is, they're supposed to be like a person inside of there. So there's like a person riding in the chest, abdominal part of it. And on this box, it says like realistic specs of it, and it says head height 43.4. Wait, it says T. What the fuck is that? I thought it said feet earlier. So maybe I'm wrong. 18 meters. So
44 meters?
No, 18 meters. But it says 43.4 T. I thought it said FT. Maybe it's a typo. Let me look on the other box.
Yeah, 18 meters. That's probably about right.
So here's the box for the one that I have built in the background, the Strike. It's a GAT X105 Strike. And it says head height 17.
Hey, what's up, Kenny Bell? The reason in the house. Haven't seen you around much, buddy.
What's going on, guys? I'm building model robots, and I'm trying to figure out how tall. Head height 17.72 meters. I don't know how tall that is.
Yes, it's associated with the whole anime thing out of Japan.
Yeah, there's a show on Netflix and stuff.
There's lots of anime based on these Gundam robots, yeah.
I would recommend, if you're new to it, watching the newest one on Netflix, if you have it. If not, there's if you like war movies and futuristic stuff, it's, you know, I like it, so I like those things. There's one on YouTube that I found called Thunderbolt, and it's about friggin' a guy that's an amputee from a war, and then he has to get like more amputees, you know, more amputations, and it's like, you know, and then he plugs straight into this robot and can control it super well. So it's like, well, you lost all your limbs, but now you're like the best robot fighter ever. So crazy stuff.
Brian said he likes those.
Yeah, I'm.
What's up, Jeff? Jeff Walter in the house.
I sent Jeff the link earlier. He's got a couple kits. I also have. Oh man, that was way behind. Come on already.
Yeah, Brian said he's got some back stock of nice axles as is, some X15s in there as well. He's burned out on little ones lately. Been working on tents again.
Yeah, see, I wanted to fix my tent scale crawler, and I knew like the season was changing, and it was gonna just be windy and muddy and rainy, and like I only play with a couple of my RCs like really in the mud. You know, obviously I film and there's like mud puddles and stuff, but usually I don't want them to be super dirty. Man, why can't I zoom in on this picture?
Well, it's one thing to take your tent scale out and get it all muddy and dirty, and it don't bother me at all to do that with my tent scale, but
yeah,
man, I wouldn't want to get one of these little guys dirty. To me, it'd be like taking my Lego to go out and play in the dirt.
Yeah, I guess. Why won't you stay up there, phone? Trying to show. This is one of the next ones I want. It's orange.
Lego is just inside.
It's a 30-minute missions. It's another one like I just showed you with the. It's more just like a mech suit. But I'm liking these kits. I'm looking into them. You know, I'm watching build videos, and it's just a new hobby. Basically, it's something I kind of got into. And I remember as a kid, I showed my mom the music video. Linkin Park, like 17 years ago, had a music video, and there's a couple Gundams sitting on a dresser like that, and I was just like, "What are those?" And I remember like kind of seeing, oh, it's a model kit and you can build them, and I thought, oh, models, you have to paint, and that's, you know, models are hard. But now that I look into them, it's like, oh, they just snap together. I don't have to paint anything. Why won't this go there?
So Casita says, with all the 24 chassis, if you want a great performance and clearance, but want to keep a full body like a Mofoda, what are good options? Well, like you said, the Mofoda works with the Ugly AF chassis. And I've just chopped the end of the rails off here because you don't need them.
A1, A2, 10.
This is the same chassis with a Tinker Time body. Again, you see I just chopped the rails off where I didn't need them. Probably going to take them off even more. This is most definitely permanent rig. Those are both full body on a chassis. And just so you know, I'm not completely biased to Mofo. Here's a killer chassis with a Flub RC body. These are always kind of rough to get off. With the magnets, they're really, really strong. There. That's a killer chassis. But like, I mean, really kind of hard to go wrong. You could even go on the cheap with like the Ramp Crab chassis. You know, it comes with the skid and the links, all that, and you know, some nice little chassis there. And this is a hard body that was sent to me by David Thompson Zoo. Chew toy. I went ahead and weathered him and beat him all up and rusted the shit out of him.
Yeah, see, I like all the weathered look. I'm just afraid to do it to my RC, so I'm going to start doing it to these robot kits. That's why I like the orange one, and that's why I got the brown one on the way. I want to make it look like a piece of construction equipment.
Yeah. You know, you just, when it comes to stuff like that, you know, you don't want to do it because you know, well, I've never done this. And everything you've ever done in life, the first time you did it, you know you fucked it up.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I mean, nobody does everything perfect the first time. I mean, yeah, you've done some shit. Like, okay, the first time I ever shot skeet, I went out and I'm like, wow, man, this seems hard. And so me and these guys, we start shooting. I'm hitting every fucking one. I mean, they're like fling, pow, fling, pow, fling, pow. You know, I'm just shooting them out of the sky like nothing. These guys are getting pissed. Okay, I've never done that. I've never even come close to that ever again. Okay, so you know, but you get my point. I mean, sometimes it goes right, but most of the time you try shit and you fuck it up. So, you know, find ways. You know, maybe get you some plastic. You know, old model. I don't know, whatever, something you can mess with. If you're wanting to do paint, you know, like you can just get like packaging blisters, you know, and different stuff like that are, you know, the same Lexan that your bodies are, you know, and you can try painting those. So what we got?
Backpack. He's got little rockets, and those handles are his beam sabers, his swords.
His lightsaber.
His torso beam saber, not Star Wars. I always want to say lightsaber. Every time I go to say it, I'm like,
that's what it is.
What is it? Like I have to like remember what it is every time.
It's a laser sword.
Yeah. Basically. Yeah, Nate showed up. What's going on? Maybe I'll talk to the chat for a second while I'm.
What up, Nate?
Before I move on to step number 3 is the arms. Intergalactic planetary. Hell yeah, Nate. Oh, Jeff, the link was at the very top of the chat. I don't know if I could get back to.
What's up, Nate?
The link in the chat again. Sorry.
Intergalactic planetary.
Yeah, it's a Beastie Boys song. Casita said his first hobby was building models. See, I tried models when I was a kid and didn't like the glue, and I was pretty artistic. And the painting, like every little part was just like white unless you painted it. So you had to buy like every color that you wanted of everything. You know, black, red, blue, yellow. You know, you had to have every color, where this is like, you know, this has white, gray, yellow, red, and blue on it. And each color is a different color of plastic. I didn't have to paint shit. And it's got all that detail on it without me having to try, really. Is
that many different colors on it? It reminds me of Voltron.
Yeah, I showed my nephew that's into what were we just talking about? Transformers, and he's like, "Oh, I haven't seen the new Transformers yet." And I'm like, "This isn't even a Transformer. This is just some other random shit." But he's like, "Oh yeah, it looks cool. It looks like a Transformer." I'm like, "It pretty much was." I mean, that's what they freaking look like.
Well,
just crazy to think that they've been around like just as long. And
the thing is, Transformers is like the best known, but actually Transformers like just kind of
copied everyone else.
Copied the idea from Gundam. And you know, I mean, you had like Voltron and you had Robotech. Robotech was more like the Gundam. I'm not sure. It seems to me that Robotech may have preceded Gundam. Technically, it may even been the inspiration for. I'm not positive on that, but see, Robotech is the Macross saga from Japan. It was called Macross in Japan. When they brought it to the U.S., they called it Robotech.
Yeah,
but it hit the U.S. in like, I want to say it was 83 or 84. I can't remember. But, and, you know, it was only big with us nerds. It wasn't like, you know, most of my friends didn't know anything about it, you know. I had like one friend who was into it. So
yeah, I don't know anybody that's into this, so I just invite obviously you guys to the chat, and Jeff, he got a couple of these kits, but you've done a lot of model stuff with your body and the styrene, and so you can appreciate the amount of detail that's on here.
Well, I appreciate the Gundam as well. I never got into like the anime and the Gundam. And there's Jeff. What up, buddy? Look at that thing. Awesome. It's a 10th scale copy of the Morvair from Matt's Off-Road.
That's a 10th scale?
Yeah.
Damn.
It's just 10th scale. Yeah, that M&M guy up there is like 10 inches wide up above.
Oh, shit.
Maybe not. Maybe like, all right, maybe 8 inches wide. Like wide as hell. There's Jeff. What up, buddy?
Come on, Jeff.
Like you just woke up. Here, all standing up. He just read that. Oh no! Don't get me wrong, Jeff. Why do you think I wear a hat, man?
Yeah. Okay, I think that's all the arm pieces. So each arm has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces.
See if the tanks were his favorite model.
The what?
Yeah, there's a lot you can do with tanks. Well, that's what I've got there.
I don't think they do anything to this. Just put it together.
Yeah, see, I got this. This is a whole kit, and like they even have a tank on the cover of it.
I put it in the chat earlier. I've been looking for, obviously these are just like snap together pieces. You don't have to glue or nothing. I put in the chat, there's a 29 Ford Model A, I think, that's like a snap together. But the body comes like, separate, so you could easily mount it to a freaking 24 scale. I put it in the chat because I was like, man, this thing's awesome. It comes all pinstripe and stuff.
So Nate said, I've done some modeling, and then Brian said, hand modeling? Oh, hand modeling, maybe. That's what it was. Sorry.
I don't know which way that's supposed to go, if it matters.
Jeff said, just trying to wake up. Yeah, I understand that, man. I fell asleep earlier myself. Took me a little nap. After my wife left, I sat down, and then the next thing I know, I woke up. It was like an hour later. I'm like, oh, shit, I was supposed to go stop by my buddy's place. Hey, check it out. Jeff's got him out his Gundam.
Nice.
John asked if it was snowing up by Jeff.
Is that Gundam or is that Lego? That looks like the Lego Star Wars guy. Is that Gundam?
Well, solo him and we can see.
No, there we go. That's a good idea.
You said it snowed by him?
Yeah, that's Star Wars Luke Skywalker and
no shit! I seen those.
What the hell's the other one? I almost got the Luke Skywalker one. I might get
That's a TIE fighter pilot.
Yeah,
I think.
What's the other guy? Iron Man or not? I think it's one of the Iron Mans.
Oh. Well, you got an X-Wing and a TIE fighter. I didn't see the Iron Man.
Well, that was the other one. The gray one, I thought.
No, that was a TIE fighter.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I can't.
Gundam something.
Yeah. He's got a couple kits.
Been watching Tony videos from the Gauntlet. Yeah, I've been watching those. He's been dropping them.
That one's like the witch from Ariel or something. That one's cool. I just seen pictures of him and build videos.
Oh yeah, Sparky. It was a great
time. HG on that. That stands for high grade. That's like a level above this entry grade. So there's going to be maybe a few more runners and a few
Sparky
more
said it's snowing there.
Layers of parts details.
He used to buy the magazines at the hobby shop, explains weathering techniques all before the weathering kits, like mixing baking soda with paint to make thick mud. Brian says.
Huh.
Yeah, Andy said Great Lakes Gauntlet, one of the best times this year. Andy's 6th year. Yeah, it's 9:06 here, Casitas.
Yeah, me and Casitas are on the same time, whatever the heck. So, oh, I got Jeff soloed. I'm gonna unsolo you for a second there, Jeff. Solo myself.
Jeff said we might start one together.
It's crazy how this is like the joint of the elbow, and see, like it could just be like that, but they add an extra piece to hide the joint. One little piece extra just to kind of cover it so you don't see all the mechanics. It's weird.
See, this said blaster marks on them would look cool.
Snap, click. Yeah, I want to look. I guess they make special pencils and shit for it, but I just want to get some colored pencils because they kind of they use like the silver and kind of tap at it, and it leaves little silver specks on it, so it looks like the metal, is showing through. Or they use black as like age and stuff. When I get that other one, the brown one, I'm going to use just acrylic paint and water it down and kind of give it a wash. And I got brown and black, and I'm just going to kind of do layers.
What if you use like a graphite pencil?
So I tried. I don't think it's...
You could speckle the graphite on there,
Yeah, I think it needs to be kind of soft. All I have is freaking these mechanical pencils around. I looked all over the goddamn place for a normal pencil to try that. But I thought, well, this is like real fine, so I can get it into the cracks. And it kind of works like... I mean, it'd be hard to tell. There's something... There's not a lot of detail on this that I could do that with. It's all real fine. I mean, you can kind of maybe tell. There's like side vents on his cheeks next to his eyes. So maybe if I graphite them out a little bit.
Brian said dry brush silver from a brush on the edges and folds. Give you that chipped paint look to bare metal.
Yeah. See, that kind of just made it look dirty now, but...
You see, this said it's the same as our RCs. We detail them. Even wires hanging out, he said.
That kind of looks better. I mean, you'll never be able to tell, I bet, but... You can see that side. Now you can see those vents on that side a little bit compared to...
Right. Yeah. Gotcha, yeah.
This side's got a little bit of the...
Yeah.
So it kind of works, but... You need like a soft lead or a soft colored pencil where it's like pigment and not just lead or whatever. I mean, not graphite. I think like a black colored pencil where it's darker would work better. And I thought I had colored pencils, and I opened the box, and there was like pink, purple, brown, like they're all missing. I was like, oh.
Nate said, yeah, washes, lining, and dry brush will take you a long way.
Yeah,
right.
I think I'm just going to use some acrylic paint and water it down and kind of fill in the cracks. Like, I mean, they make a panel liner that's like a runny kind. I forget what they call it, where you like just dab one of the lines and it like runs and fills in the whole thing, and then you kind of erase the part where you dabbed it in. So I think I could just sort of take a wash of like black acrylic paint, wash it over, and then wash off the excess. And acrylic paint is pretty easy to just wash off, the top layer. But like with these kits, I'll never get a drink. With these kits being like white and gray and red and blue, for some reason I don't want him to look dirty. Like I kind of like how super, and a lot of them fight in like space. I mean, I know they come to Earth and whatever, but a lot of the fighting's in space, so I feel like they wouldn't get very dirty in space. I mean, I don't know. Never been to space. Don't know how dirty it is. Star Wars had dirty shit. But that's why I want to get the brown and orange kit guys to really make it look like a construction type of robot. Why does that look wrong?
So talking about like that, see, so you can see this pewter color, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's how this started out.
Oh yeah. See, I'm gonna
Now see, so the lining you can see in the face and in the book, and then the depth of the cloak and everything. You know, the dry brushing gives you that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty artistic. I've dry brushed and I've, freaking
Sure.
painted lots of stuff. Not really miniatures, but
to explain, just so you understand. Yeah, most of the time when I'm showing stuff like this, if you know it, it's mainly just to help those who are out there who have no idea what we're talking about.
Anyone used to watch Battle of the Planets? Gotcha, man. I don't think I have. Wait, what did that one say? See, this up there was a show, not a cartoon that had figures like the Gundams. Yeah, I mean, I think there was a real popular. I mean, there was lots of shows, Casitas, that had stuff like it. It was widely replicated. Oh, Casitas, what I was gonna say, one of my first hobbies, I mean, besides freaking skateboarding and BMX and stuff like that, but my first like models, because I didn't really like the models, but I liked Lego. I would take the trolley in Ojai to downtown with it cost $0.25 to take the trolley, I think. I'd go down there with like $5 bill in my pocket, buy like 2 Lego kits of something.
Blow Jeff up.
And then take the trolley back and do the Lego kits at home, and freaking I would do that like as often as I could. I'd save my change and be like, how much Lego kit could I afford? Can I still get the trolley if I buy the Lego kit? So it was awesome. I remember riding that trolley all over town. Jeff, are you starting a Gundam already?
Here I go, start number 1, the head.
Dang.
Oh, now what do you say? Brian said Oh, go ahead.
Go for it.
Brian said, the figures are easy. Just a big wash and wipe to get the black crevices. Said I found some nice fine markers at Michael's that would work good.
That reminds me, my Dollar General has a bunch of artistic markers. And I want to say I saw like a watercolor one or some shit, and I think that would even work.
Oh, sure.
Just got his nippers out. So with the high grade kit, you got to like cut out every single piece. And I don't know if he is, but a lot of times you cut out like a chunk with it, and then you cut out real close as you can so you don't like stretch it stick or some shit.
You cut the tab, and then a lot of times you'll even take a file and you'll file the remainder off of the part.
Yeah. That's why I got that whole kit. Here, I'm going to unsolo him out, I guess. But I got the whole kit. It came with a file, the flush cuts, an X-Acto knife. I put a couple paintbrushes in here because I plan on doing that. 3 different files. The black and white one right there. The one right here that's like real rough. And then like a metal file. Came with a whole box. There's probably 5 razor knives in there, and 2 different styles of tweezers that have come in handy multiple times already.
Yeah.
All right, so I got the arms finished. I put there's a white cap on top. The arms were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces each, and then it's got a little elbow joint, and you can see I'll open it a little bit. See how there's a gap in there, how it's cut at like a extra 45 or whatever. That way your elbow gets like more than a 90-degree bend to it.
Oh.
So I always thought the engineering in these are pretty cool. I mean, just because you think like, well, does the real robot do that, or does a real robot really need to bend its arm more than 90 degrees? Or maybe if it's shooting at other giant robots, it needs to.
You see, this I used to collect bottles and cans, and we would drive to Kmart and I'd buy models.
Nice. Now it wants me to put the head, arms, hands, and shoulders on. I guess I will do that next. I'm going to maybe put you guys back down here, turn back on my little studio light. Again, I don't know if you guys really care to watch what I'm doing or not, but I figure that's a kind of what I'm here for. So,
well, if they don't want to watch what you're doing, they can go somewhere else.
Yeah, I mean, you can watch Jeff build, or you can watch Jim watch us.
Watch me get tired.
Yeah.
Or you can take a look at my buggy.
Yeah, see, I got that body myself. Oh, I moved it. That I was going to build for my mom's.
Putting it on that mini bee. I'm cutting the holes for the shock towers.
Yeah, that's when I saw that mini bee, the new mini bee, I was like, oh, I know what I want to do with that real bad. Then I forgot, you had to been there. You're on everyone's live. Someone had a live and they showed a mini bee with an Endura cage on it. Do you remember that?
That was Jack.
Man, that was awesome.
Yeah.
B17.
Getting there.
How's it going, Jeff? You got any parts together? Or are you still cutting stuff out? Wait, is that 7? Shit, yeah.
Yeah. See, that's a small joint when you were showing that joint.
Tis.
He said you wear a headlamp. Oh, Kenny said, "What is that?" Oh, that's my micro bee. Yeah. Took the wing off, and I'm working on mounting that bug body on there.
A1 13.
That'd be pretty cool. I mean, I can move it forward, but I don't really want to. Get that nose back behind them wheels.
B1 and B2. It's this one. And I believe it's the...
What are you doing, Joe?
6. Yeah, gotta be 6 because the 9's gone. See, I don't know why I can't flex some of these out. When there's 3 points of contact, I just can't seem to get them to pop out of there easy.
That's what she said. Jeff said he got started on the head. Tiny pieces.
Yeah, they are small. Guess that's all I needed for right now.
So, Casita said, have you seen the 10th scale fully painted bug with detailed motor on Amazon for $39? No, I haven't seen that. You're talking an RC or just a body? Or I mean, it's got to be just the body, right? Is it 10th scale? Wow.
Well, it's every time I see a cool body, it's like, oh, you can paint this body, and I'm like, oh, so it just comes clear, and they're showing like a super rad paint job on it.
Right.
It just comes like.
So Casita said that's the body. Yeah. Okay. And Jeff said Remy wants to help. That could be messy and problematic. Lossage of parts. Comes in 2 colors, says Casitas. So you have your choice of colors. That's sweet, man. I'll have to look into that. 10th scale, fully painted, detailed motor. Okay. Got a link? I know it's a lot to ask. It's like the old HPI Baja body. Okay, said Kenny. Huh.
What the heck? What's going on here?
Well, that would be a cool body, you know. I mean, if you were just like just to have. I mean, really, $39. Shit. I know if you're hip, buy both colors, right? You know, like if you liked it.
Every time I move this guy's shoulder, his arm falls off. He's got ball joint sockets, basically. They call them polycaps. There's the dude's torso. Arms. His head. But so the shoulders move, you know, real easy. But they also, like, will just pop off just as easily as you can move it. So as soon as you get, like, there's no... oh, that was as far as it moves, it'll just come off. That's as far as it moves.
See, so he looks amazing, but he's not sure about the durability. I get both, get 2, right?
Even his shoulder armor moves a little bit. Oh, maybe not. I thought it did. Oh, his whole shoulder moves up. Wow.
Uh-huh.
So his whole shoulder is on a joint that way, too. And that way, so his shoulder can move quite a bit. I mean, you can see how the other one's just straight down. That one's way up.
Like, so could he reach straight over his head then?
Let's see, yeah.
Oh wow! So he can put his head arm straight up, so
Yeah.
he can be like do the like superhero.
Yeah.
Flies.
Hi-ya!
Do the Superman arm out front where he's like flying.
Yeah.
All right, Nate. We'll catch you later. Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, thanks, Nath. I seen every time I see like a super cool video of someone painting one of these up that's super detailed, Nath has already liked it. So I know he is in the community of checking these out at least. So thanks for stopping by and watching me struggle build this, Nath. Appreciate
He
it.
said he's building a mofo-powered tugboat.
I mean, I guess the tugboat needs to be overpowered, right? That'll do it.
Casita said, what weapons do they come with? Do they all have weapons?
They do all have weapons. The box tells me this guy's weapons, his armaments, are a beam rifle, a beam saber, a 60 millimeter Vulcan gun, and a shield. So far, so the things on his back are his beam sabers. So they don't actually usually, like Jeff's high grade kit there will come with a clear red plastic like sword.
Laser
And
blade.
apparently you can take these out and connect one of those to it, but it doesn't actually come with one. So I get 2 handles with the entry grade, but no actual sword. But there is Let me see. Move this box out of my way again. If you look at this runner, there's the gun. It comes in 2 pieces, 3 pieces. Right here is the scope, I believe, and those are the 2 pieces of the gun that come together. So that'll be the last thing I think that it tells me to build. But then the red, that's the shield, and there's a yellow and white piece to go on it. Oy, excuse me. So yeah, they all come. My other one, he came with a beam rifle or whatever I called it, and then obviously his shield too.
So, Brian asked if it was a blue groove body. I am not sure what this is. This was actually given to me by Double A Day.
Oh, the Volkswagen body?
The one I have, yeah.
Yeah, he said blue. What is it? Team. Where did it
Team
go?
Blue Groove. I'm not sure if this is or isn't.
I'm pretty sure it is because I think that's where I got mine, and mine was the same as yours.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not sure, but you know.
Yeah. Okay, onto the waist down here. A2.
A2.
19.
So to see this, if you have to paint them, well, I'm not sure about the higher end. The ones he has here, or they have, I don't think they. Jeff said nope, unless you want to.
Yeah, so I think Jeff's might have came with stickers or something, but the entry grade ones, there's no paint necessary. Most of the high grades will only come with like detail stickers if you want, and you can even buy like upgraded, more detailed stickers. But most of it is just more layers of colored plastic. Like this guy doesn't really have like an internal skeleton where like the master grades you build up like the internal skeleton and then put on all the armor and then put on another layer of armor. So there's a lot more detail to it.
I have just got to know, what is the flashing lights there next to Jeff's right hand?
I thought it was part of his keyboard or something, but I'm not sure.
That's just crazy. I'm like, what is
1, 3.
You know what it reminds me of is like, the cheesy electronic device from some alien in the 70s sci-fi show.
Yeah, it looks like it would be on like Star Trek's, they'd be like, hurry, put in the code, and it would be on that little thing. It'd be like, boop, beep, beep, boop, and then the door would
I'm thinking more like Buck Rogers, honestly.
Oh, I was thinking like
something now it's off. Trek-y. Oh no, Star Trek shit was actually more believable. It looked like it was actually a thing. Even like in the early, the first version of Star Trek, I mean, for the 60s, that stuff, it looked pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, for what it was, yeah.
But, like, if you ever watched Buck Rogers, now that stuff looked cheesy.
Yeah. God, this one has lots of...
Brian said he's off all next week. This week has been so tough to get through. Well, that's great, man. We're glad you get a big rest. That'll be cool. Brian said, think his is Boki Racing 18th. Got off Etsy. It's a sick kick-up Baja tail. Yeah, I've seen somebody had a 24 scale crawler that they had a bug body on, and It was like a Baja type, and it had the flare up in the rear, like you're talking, Brian. Yeah. I can see this. There's a bunch of 10th scale bug bodies on Amazon. Well, you know. Try something down. Oh, fuck.
Huh. See, so that, like, nice, simple, I mean, it's super easy to do. They just had a hole there and the yellow pokes through it. I mean, that's pretty good detail, you know. You get two colors. It's like right in the middle. There's not a whole lot to show. You get a nice crisp panel line. Then they do stuff like this side. That little tiny V in the middle of the red shows through. I mean, they could have made that a sticker. They could have just said, here's a little V sticker.
I guess that is a keyboard that he's using there.
Is it?
It's just weird that it flashes like that. He's gonna, hey, give him a blow up. He's, here we go. Thank you. Oh, good. Hey.
I just happened to read that. My
Well, I guess we read
down,
the same
so I
time.
can't see the chat real well.
Hey, he's got my toolbox.
Okay, so I need what? B2 right here. Number 13 right there.
Yeah, you know what, Brian? I think it might be Rockstars that was driving that body that you're talking about. Yeah, I think you're right. I think that was Rockstar that was the one I was mentioning. You know? All right, see this? I'll try and find it sometime.
B1 11.
Okay, I think he's done.
Yeah, I'm getting out the last part right here.
Oh no, I just.
Yeah, I want to
Trying to
redo
keep
my
track for
area
you.
right here. I got these Christmas lights up around my, poster, but I had planned on putting them around the banner, but they don't reach that far from the plug-in, so I need a whole different kind of setup for mine, but for now it works.
Right.
Okay, so this part I know there's kind of a cheat code you can do here. So this is the front armor for the legs, and it goes in here like this, right? In between here. There's more parts to go on. But so when you open like one leg, they'll both open, right? Because it's connected. So the cheat code is right in the middle right there. You cut this piece in half and it still gets captured in there and can turn, but it'll turn each individual leg instead of turning two legs at once.
Oh, wow, that's pretty. Okay.
So I'm going to cut this in half. And then try to clean this part up a little bit.
Jeff said camera on a post so it moves around on servos.
Really?
He says he plans on a camera switcher. He has 3 cameras set up. Holy cow, Jeff. You'd be ready for like the broadcast of the century.
Man, I don't know if any of you guys watch Urban Crawlers. He has one of the coolest lives setups. He's got like an above head camera like a first person camera, a camera on his face all the time. You know, he talks to it like he is his whole setup. He's got background music. He's got, you know, outlines all around the screen for Halloween and stuff. He had stuff. All right, so these two pieces go in here now.
As long as he avoids politics. I jump off his stream every time he talks politics.
So now there's the waist. There's those flaps I showed you, and now see they rotate one at a time, so you can put one leg up and one leg down if you want.
Oh, that's pretty cool, man.
Just a
Jeff said he's got half a head.
Just a cheat code I remember watching people build that said, you know, if you want to pose your stuff, you know, make sure to cut that, and then the butt flap doesn't even move or nothing, so that, you know, nothing you can do with that.
Right.
But a little
I'll be right back. My dog's barking.
No problem. So waist is done. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces for the waist right here. I mean, I still think that's pretty crazy that they cut that out and then made the yellow plastic come out through. Get battery, Xmas lights. Yeah, but then, I mean, I wanted to do more lives. And then the other problem is, too, I have, like, my phone plugged in. I have the tablet plugged in so I can see the chat. Then I have the Christmas lights plugged in. Then I have the Wi-Fi extender plugged in. So it's like, I can't, there's no more plugins. I need, like, a whole, you know, power strip with stuff and lights and cameras, action, all that good stuff. No, but really, I had some cool LED lights, but the cord it's like they're made for behind a laptop or something where you don't run the cord 4 feet away. They're made to go like right behind it, you know. Okay, I'm on legs, even though it looks like I start with the feet. It doesn't say to put the waist on, so I guess I'll just wait. Oh, it wants you to do the legs and waist it all at once here. So feet, we got B3, B4, which is right here next to me, and I need parts 19. Building both feet, right? Yeah. Why is it? Oh, never mind. And 25. So 19's down here. Can I? Oh, there, I got that one out all right. So you're not supposed to need tools. You can pry them out if you want to, but I suggest getting a pair of these flush cuts. My mom got me this whole kit for like $6.99 on Amazon, you know, so there's like real expensive ones, and I don't think you need all that if you're getting into something. But these entry grade kits you don't need tools for, so if you really don't want to like spend any money but want to try one, look at one of the entry grades. You know, they're not, there's only, I want to say there's like 10 entry grade kits. Puff puff pass. Yeah. Hey, stickers are so tiny, I'll pass this one. Yeah, Jeff, are they water slide stickers or are they decals? Because, I mean, either way, it's a pain in the ass, but I think they're usually water slides. Maybe not. A lot of people even put the stickers on the parts, on the runners, just so they don't have to, like, hold one little tiny part. Yeah, pain in the butt. A4, which is right here. number 25. So most of the pieces have an individual number. If the pieces are exactly identical, like no left or right, they'll just be one number. Like both these red pieces are just 25. There's no left or right foot for this. But where, no, actually these ones aren't too. These are both just 19. I guess all the feet part and leg parts are pretty much that way. I thought on part of it, I guess just the hands are really one or the other. But most of it, you know, will say this side or that side, but maybe actually, nope, same thing. That only fits one way. So I was going to say the shoulder joints, but they only fit one way. B1 part 7, B2 part 7. So they're the same either way. Okay. Feet. This clicks onto here. Ta-da. Oh, see, there's a little nub right there that I could have got off. That now I can see. I mean, it's hard to tell, but see that little like nib of white? If I would have sanded that, you wouldn't have seen that little like lump. Anyways, A3, A4 versus this one. Why do I keep spinning this around? A3, A4, part 24. This gray piece right here. Let's see if I can get these out with my hand. Yeah, I mean, putting the stickers on before you cut out the pieces is probably the best idea because it tells you, like, the stickers will say, like, A2 part 14, and it should say, like, where they even go. So no glue needed. No, this is all snapped together. I mean, I don't know if you just saw me, like, with these feet. I just pushed that white piece into that red piece, and I'll have to show you on another one. Well, you can kind of see it right here. See the two little dots? That's like a piece of the red came up through the white to like locate it. Little tiny sticker Jeff's got. But see how it's like located? There's like holes and pins. It's, yeah, little tiny sticker he's got on the end of his tweezers there. Yeah, see, that's with the SD kits. I liked the cartoonish versions. Or cartoonish, what's it called? The dimensions of them with the big head and little short body. And I thought, you know, I could give it to my kids afterwards and they'll play with it. But the stickers that you have to like put on all the little stuff is like, man, I don't know. Take us off hold. You don't like the music there, Brian? I'll kill it. Done. How's that? I was just trying to add some background while I wasn't talking, but I guess we've been trying to talk most of the time. So now these things go
bump in the night
in here. Click. See how that? So I'll show Casita. See how that has like a little ball joint? There's two on there. I don't know what the top one's for. I think it's for the shield of the feet. But that lower one goes right in that hole right there. And it's, I mean, it doesn't look like it really holds a ball joint, but it's the exact same right size where, I mean, you can hear it and it's in there. And now, so you can see the foot has that much articulation in it. Goes from that to that. I mean, you'll see it on the leg later, but to get the angle. And then like on the master grade kits, what you'll get is like a 12-piece foot where the toe will like curl even as you
Right.
like. So that's basically as you go through the high grade, master grade, real grade. The real grade is like supposed to be exactly like the real thing would be, like exactly like this is like a toy of what the real thing would be. That's supposed to be exactly. So if you want
Man,
to
that
go,
makes you wonder how much that would cost.
well, I mean, they get up to $100 kits and stuff, which is crazy. I like these 10, $12 kits. Jason Earl,
Yeah,
what's going on?
I'll be
Thanks for
right back.
stopping by on a Wednesday night. It's kind of just windy and miserable outside, and I've been wanting to build this. I've had it for a couple days, so I'm building the model, and Jeff's got one. Jim's hanging out. We're just chilling on a Wednesday. I just finished the feet of this guy. Oh, I take that back. I got to put the shields on, like I said, right here. Whoa. That. Yeah, that's all supposed to come off. Dang. This one is definitely, they didn't want that to break or something.
My dog has started her nightly in out, in out.
Yeah. Man, our dogs freaking, it started pouring last night, and my dad, poor guy, freaking got woken up at like 3 a.m. by his dog wanting to go outside. He opened the door and it was raining, and the dog was like, I'm not going out there. And he's like, bullshit, you woke me up. We're going outside. Takes the dogs out at like 3 a.m., pouring
What up,
rain, has to
Jason?
put on a jacket and stuff. Dog barely, goes to the bathroom, comes back in. And then all day today, the dog will stare at the door. So we try to take it outside. But it goes out, sees that it's raining, and it goes, nope, and goes right back in. So the dog went to the bathroom at 3 a.m. and then didn't go back out to go to the bathroom until about 3 p.m. when we were finally
Right.
like, okay, it's not barely raining. And we all ran outside, and it ran all the way down the hill like it had to go right now.
Right.
So it had
Yeah.
been waiting. Man, this piece is not coming out.
So,
Whoa.
Stone June time again.
Yeah. I might have to go do that actually because kit seems to be getting harder all of a sudden. Just kidding. Which way is up on this damn thing? That part goes down. See, and this is another part. You can't hardly tell. See how that's like two separate parts? Or not two separate parts, but how there's like a separation in there. A lot of times people
Right.
just color that in, but in some of the high grade kits, it's like another piece of plastic will fit in there, or uh, you know, something will happen where that's already like colored for you. See, the pencil is just not really dark enough. I mean, you get a little bit of compared to this side's just white. Obviously, there's nothing you can barely tell,
Right.
and then this side's just there. If I turn it, there you can see it better. I'm not so blown out from this light next to me. So yeah, I might do that. Eventually to all of it, but for right now, the white ones I'm kind of keeping white. All right, which way did I say it was down? That way. There you go. See, those didn't even like snap, but there you can see that's like his ankle armor, and it is on a ball joint, so it can bend. He can bend his ankle way over, and he still has armor. So there's his feet done. Brian didn't like the music, but now I'm gonna have to leave you guys with nothing besides Jim talking.
Oh, that's all right.
I'm gonna go take a dab right quick.
But I got that interior sitting good in there.
And get some soda pop.
He even got the shifter in his hand. Been working on getting that all to fit right. Pinch came out good. Seams are non-existent. Custom links. Uppers are on the outside of the chassis. Double bends on the lowers, so they disappear right up into. Following the contour of that slope chassis. Slope skid, I should say. That's going to be all tucked up nice and high. And I put a drive shaft extension on the end of the transmission there, so it'll get my my drive shaft connecting at that point there. So it'll actually keep the drive shaft tucked up inside the links. As you can see, the point is a contact right there, so your flex will actually even be further along, so it'll end up staying in between those links, so my drive shaft will never get down below the links here. So that's a plus. Thanks, James. We're getting there, aren't we? Takes a minute, but head is done to the body, Jeff says. Yeah, I do all these are all custom. I made these links, Casitas. Matter of fact, I'll even you see all my tire board up there? Yeah, those all have the same thing that I made these links out of. You can get them over to Amazon. 100 of them for $10. I just ordered another set because I used them all up for my tires. So yeah, I make all my own links. Well, I don't make all of them. I use a lot of Mofo, but lately I've been making a lot of links. And so, thanks, Kenny. So you can go to Amazon and get these ball ends. They're from Morlordy. And you either get the offset, see how that's offset, or the straight ones. You see the difference. So that, and just, I mix and match depending on how I'm setting things up, honestly. And and then these are 4-inch long chromoly steel toy. They're used for like a Tonka truck type toy axle, just a push on wheel axle, but they're super strong, they're made for, little, I mean, don't get me wrong, I could give this Helen bender right over, but it's got good strength to it, more than enough for what we're doing with these 24s. And then just take yourself a 2mm die and cut you some threads and screw those ends on, and that's how I made all of these front lowers and both sets of these, the uppers and the lowers. I did all the bends, I cut the threads, and then that's just those more lordy ends. Yeah. And yeah, you can get 100 of these for $10.
I was gonna say, but I mean, besides doing the full custom link thing, I remember when people were just like heating them up, and they're like, "Yeah, you just stretch it a little bit as you bend it, and you get the high clearance." So if you want to get like I almost said high trail, one of the base camps, and do stuff like bend the plastic links and show people, look, you can bend a plastic link, or you can go Jim's route and buy the threaded rod and the link ends. Or
that's not even threaded. I have threaded rod. These are just like I said. These are 10. They're 100 for $10. It's just 4-inch chromoly rod.
There you go.
And then I just take it. I've got a 2mm die, and I use that. But I mean, I have a lot of shit in my. This is my whole custom link kit, and I mean, this is the other stuff I use. I have both stainless and I have brass threaded rod here. I have brass tube, because if you're gonna go that route with the threaded rod, then you really kind of, it's not like as strong as this.
Yeah, and it'll be
axle shaft.
It'll be real grabby too.
So what I do is I'll use the threaded rod, and then I sleeve it with that brass tube, because if you're gonna do that, you might as well go brass, right? And then as far as your uppers, you don't have to worry. Uppers, you don't have to worry about it. As a matter of fact, if you look up in there, see that is a threaded brass rod on that upper.
There you go.
And that's my upper. Nothing's ever going to touch that. And if it is, well, that's the least of my problems. So,
the reason says it looks sick, and he wants a Rock Wolf built rig. Yeah, good luck with that. He doesn't sell those. You can build one like him, and he'll talk to you about how he built it, and he'll help you build one if you want to build it, but you're not going to get one of his.
I suppose if you wanted to pay me to build you one, it'd be a different story.
Yeah, money talks, I guess. Kisita said, how hard is it to get the length correct? I think, for one, if you're bending the two links, like the bottoms, bend them at the same time so they're the same.
Yeah. That's your now. See, this is my problem. Is I'm always prototyping, right? I mean, you're prototyping when you're doing this shit.
So you're doing one at a time.
So do you do one or do you do two when you prototype? Do you screw up two at the first shot, or or do you just screw up one and then try again? So what I get a lot of is I do my first one, and then I do my damnedest to match it the second one. You're going to take measurements. You should be taking, when you build the link, measure. I'm from the end to here is where I'm grabbing on and where I'm bending. How your method of bending, how are you going to do that? Vice grips, a vice, or I even have this little tool right here, which this is for making rings, and you can see there's a die set there, and it's on a cam, and so as I press that in, that'll go in, and let me see where I can get the camera where you can actually see what I'm doing.
Bend it, yeah. I mean, I know what you're talking about, but yeah, showing it off.
But yeah, no, this.
Can you is that die like a specific radius, or?
Yeah, there's multiple sizes here, see?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I didn't see all that part.
There's a whole die set, And I bought that specifically for doing this. I can't remember. I got it on Amazon. It wasn't very much a few years ago. I don't know if the price has gone up. I saw it, and I was like, I could use this.
Yeah, heck yeah.
I have. You guys wait till I get my tools organized and get my shop out there set up, because I have all kinds of tools for literally everything. I mean, I literally have like concrete tools, siding tools. I have an electrical toolbox. I have, I have die grinders. I have a lot of power tools. I have a lot of tools.
Jeff said, having fun yet, Denny? Bring back memories doing plastic models? but no glue required is cool. Yeah, I see. I had a hard time getting into models because my grandpa was really into models and die cast and stuff. And I was like, man, I like the die cast because I can just like roll them around and open the doors, and you just buy them and look at them. But I forget which model it was. He gave me one or bought me one, and he even
I've
said,
actually got a
I'll buy
hobby
you.
that I should like addict you to, but it'd be good for you. But then we'd never see you again. Well, I could join you on your new channel, your new format on your channel.
Yeah. Well, that's even these. I mean, I feel like these are way far away from RC stuff, and it's just kind of, I like it because it's something that I have never done, but always been interested in. And I know there's like new kits coming out. And
Are you at all into like Hot Wheels? Like,
yeah.
I mean, have you ever watched like 3D Bot Maker or fuck, I can't even think of Beaverworks? There's a bunch of them.
Yeah, I'm bad with names, but I'm sure I have. I watch a lot of the ones where they do like downhill races with them.
That's what I'm talking about. Like,
Yeah.
3D Bot Maker is probably the biggest one. And it's like these two guys, but there's a couple other channels. 3D Bot Maker is like the best. They have the best, like, repertoire between them, and I think they probably scripted or at least, have an outline before they start.
Pretty organized.
Well, the show flows, they do these races, but like they've got it set up like there's a storyline now, and it's cool. But the way they do it with the terrain and look at Jeff. There it is. We were just talking about this like a week ago. This rig. Can we get a solo on Jeff for a second?
Yeah.
Blow him up.
What the hell? If it'll work. There we go.
Yeah, we were just discussing this rig on somebody else's channel. Or was it your channel? No, I don't think it was your channel. But we were just talking about that rig. I can see this is seeing people trace it on paper to use as a guide. My way is to take measurements, every step that you take. That's going to be your best possible way to get it exact.
Yeah.
Or bend them the same time, that's the other thing. I mean, you may take a chance at wasting some, but I promise it won't be that far off. You'll probably, if you're short, it's no problem at all. Like if you're a millimeter or two short overall, well, that's not really an issue unless your bend is in the wrong place. And even then, it's a millimeter. Come on, these things ain't that big, so it's not that big of a deal. I don't know. It is and it isn't, depending on what you're after,
Jeff showing off his die cast. He said, he does die cast with the stuff he learned from Jason. Yeah.
There we go. Look at that. Love having the hood that open.
Yeah, see, I always like die-cast cars. Like I could open the hood and look at the motor. I thought that was awesome. But putting the whole motor together and like painting the alternator, like I don't know. I wasn't as into building it back then. But now I probably would. But still, like I don't know about painting it all. I like this stuff that's colored plastic, and I don't have to do much.
Yeah, because I've seen that. That is really cool. I like that one. Yeah. It just looks like, that cool mud truck that would show up at the mud bog.
Yeah, yeah.
Like it looks like the one Jeff would drive up if you were at like the Michigan mud bog,
Yep.
You see, this says it's an Apache. Yeah, okay, that sounds right.
Casitas, here's what I was talking about. I'm going to solo myself out for a second.
Casitas, I've seen where they do Hot Wheels where they actually cut the doors and the hood and make all the shit open. And
yeah. Oh, my light died. See those holes, and then there's like a peg right there, Casitas? So on the opposite part, obviously, there's the holes. So all these like snap together, and they only fit together like one way. There's no
Wait, that was one peg, and I counted 4 holes. He's a lucky guy.
yeah, but there's no. You can't really like put it. I mean, you can if you force it, but you can't really do it. Put it together wrong. They only fit together like Lego does. Like they only fit together one way. Can't
Not
put a
like
Lego.
humans.
Can't put a Lego together too wrong. Oh yeah, Jeff. What? Oh, you're still showing off rigs.
Oh yeah,
I like the red of that one better. I don't
I
know
think
why.
he got that one from Jason.
Really? I
And
like
if
the monster
not, then
truck
it's the
tires on
same
it
one
too.
Jason had. I think I can't remember. Jason had one that color, that body style.
B3 and B4.
Yeah, I love that red on that truck. Man, that is so awesome. Short box Ford bump side. Are those the Max Smasher tires? It looks like, I think maybe. Kinda, I think so. Maybe.
Extra parts are never good.
Well, that depends. If it runs,
Then
it's running. Go with it.
it's weight savings.
Yeah. Well, not so much because you better throw those extra parts in the trunk. You might need them. Hopefully, it's just a few screws and nuts and bolts. You ever do that? Put a vehicle back together and have leftover screws or bolts or something. Like, where the fuck did I forget that?
Yeah, for sure.
Do I need that?
Oh, you say
It was on James's live. We were talking about the wrecker. Okay. Thanks for reminding me, James. Ah, look what he's got.
6x6.
Yeah, but look, put the body back on. Put the body back on. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, well, if I recall, I believe he's gonna take the bed off and put like a flatbed on it.
Nice.
If I'm remembering correctly, what he said he was gonna do. There it is. Yeah, that's what he's gonna do. He's gonna put a flatbed behind that cab. That's right. Now I remember. That looks good, dude. Yeah, that body with the flatbed, right? Let's see that chassis some more, though. Can we get up close on that chassis? Take him a second to read it.
Yeah.
Wow, he's typing. Can't expect him to hold the chassis and type. Well, we could, but that would be rude.
B3, B4. Right here.
Yep, new body on the way for Mofo, new flatbed on 6x6. Right? Can we see the body some more?
The chassis.
The chassis. The chassis, I mean.
Yeah. I think I cleared a whole runner already.
He's gonna give it. I don't see the chassis one more time. There we go. Chassis. Sorry, not the body. The chassis. My bad.
Goes on the front right there.
Well, this is a bonus. There we go. There. Oh, I wish we could see it closer. That's cool, though. I believe that's the Mia 6x6 chassis.
A3, A4.
Same length on the back. Both of them are the same length. Looks like.
22. How did I know?
Looks like C10 and then C10 rears in the back again. Yeah, that's sexy. Look at that. It's got the double step in the front. Do you see that? You get 2 plates in the front. So it'd be like one for the battery and then one for your ESC.
Oh, nice.
Maybe. Or maybe something else. Maybe you just put the Velcro or a magnet. I don't know. I didn't catch it. And then there's another plate in the back. Yeah. A couple plates in the back.
Jeff, if you can, show the box of the model that you started to tonight, please. I didn't see which one you had started on.
I'd like to thank everybody for stopping and hanging out with us tonight.
Yeah.
Not sure how many are in the house. But
I was going to say, I usually stop and look and see how many. 12 watching. Thanks for watching, guys. Yeah, for the few that might be watching just for the model kits, I'd like to see which one you started. You said you got the head done. I guess I missed when you showed it.
how many are watching right now?
12?
That's all? Oh. Mine still hasn't refreshed, so it says 19.
Oh, yeah. Well, mine hasn't refreshed in a while, so mine could be wrong, too.
Oh, it's right on your screen on your on your phone there.
Is it? Oh, yeah, 12. All right. I see
Okay.
it.
Not on mine, but it is on yours.
Brian, been a real bust for RC. Yeah. Eric, X Lewis, what's going on? I don't know if he might have not heard me. I'm putting the legs together. I'm putting the knee armor on, and it's weird. You know, it looks like one piece, but if you look on the front of here, there's like a T shape protruding, and that's where the knee on the inside has a little T shape cut out.
Kind of like
it's right on there. I mean, it only fits in one spot.
Hey, what's up, Eric? X Lewis in the house.
No, I can't do it with one hand. Ta-da. But it's crazy how tight it fits on there. I mean, you can barely see you can tell there's a panel in there, but it almost looks like there's one piece of plastic there.
Yeah, it looks like it's molded on, right?
Yeah.
So that is a Japanese kit, right?
Yeah, they're made in Japan.
Yeah, Japanese stuff is always real nice. They still have a national pride about them.
A3, A4, 23. And just like, I mean, again, so here's the leg, right? You can see the knee part I just put on. It bends right here, way past 90 degrees, because what they did is put a double joint on there, so you can see I kind of I can bend here, and then I can bend here again. But then on the back, it just looks like that. Well, they don't do that. They give you another piece that clips all the way on, that's got little detail on it, and now you can't see any of that. So now the whole double joint thing is like 100%. Even when you open it, I mean, it's hard to tell, but there's detail on there. And on the master grade kits, they'll even put little pistons and stuff inside of there,
Right.
so that when you open the knee, it looks like the mechanism for opening the knee. But it's crazy that you get, out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces for a leg, you get like that crazy of articulation.
Yeah. We need some 24 scale drivers like that.
I know. I mean, with the detail and stuff they get on here, the head, I was like, man, that head, that's about 24 scale driver head. Legs are done after I snap the feet in.
Oof. My phone over.
And then it wants me to put them on the waist. Wait, I need another piece for that. A321. A321.
Hell yeah. Eric said his phone service is in and out, almost home, should be better. Got to get orders boxed up. That's great, Eric.
Nice. Yeah. Busy.
Really cool that that's working. That he's, making bodies, people picking them up.
Yeah, heck yeah. Tumble. Okay, those pieces.
He's getting to a point where he's going to have this entire catalog where, I mean, he's probably going to just stay busy because, there's people that are always wanting bodies, and as long as we can get his name out there enough that, people know he exists, well, then when somebody wants something, a custom body, they can go straight to him and he'll be like, yeah, I've got that. Because he does on a lot of his stuff, like he has an El Camino. That would be like so cool to do an El Camino.
Yeah.
And of course, when I place an order with him for that El Camino, I'm going to need a 4-dent side. It's always like that. Right, Eric? Stone Gym time again.
B1.
And I really got to get on getting that Rock Wolf chassis finished, drawn up, send him. He just started working at 89S10. See? That's what I'm saying. He's going to have a whole catalog of stuff he could just...
Yeah.
You tell him, he just
you want
it
a
up,
Nissan? Oh, what year? Oh, you want a Toyota? You want a Jeep? What year? How many doors? What, it'll be awesome.
Eric said, yes, you do. Shame on you. Get on it. Yeah, I know. I'm kind of busy, man. My wife's been keeping me on it. And then I got a few other things I've been having to do. Got those packages around to send off. I'll be getting those off in the morning. I meant to get them off today. It didn't happen. But I will be getting them tomorrow because that's the only thing I have to do tomorrow. So I've got a package going out to James that's got a special surprise in it that I actually made for him.
Nice.
I really can't even give you guys any hints because James is here. And he would understand any hint I gave you possibly better than anybody else. I mean, at least as well as anybody else, because so there's just nothing I can say.
So I got this guy pretty much done as far as, why can't I do that? There we go. As far as him standing here. So I just got the weapons to build now.
Fucking cool. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there is one person, Kev, I don't know if Kev's still here, but I showed it to Kev, and he was like, "No way." So I'm trying to torture James with anticipation a little bit. I could probably show you Danny when we and Jeff when we go backstage, after the show. Oh, I can't show you. Shit, I can't even show you because I've already packed it. It's all ready to go.
Well, hell.
I can send you pictures. I can send you pictures. It's in the box. I can show you the box, James. I could torture you. It's all labeled, ready to go. I've actually got 5 boxes packed up and ready to go over.
There we go.
Now the only problem is, can I afford to send them?
Yeah, apparently that's the problem with me getting stuff from people is no one can afford to actually mail anything. I guess I need to flip these instructions over. There it is, to see the shield.
Well, I would be getting James's and at least one other one off tomorrow. And I should be able to get the other one.
Oh, it shows
the gun. Looking good, dude.
A3 2728 should be the only pieces on here. So here's the gun.
Yeah, you said Jason Earl said, "Man, am I full?" They had steak. What was it? Steak and what? Steak and something. I know steak was the main thing that I remember. Steak. I mean, who don't like steak?
Right? Vegans?
Yeah. That's on them.
Yeah, that's their problem.
Well, I mean, if you look into it, it comes down to there's one thing, and I don't recall what it is exactly, that you just can't get from anything but meat. So.
Here's his gun. Now he's like
steak, mashed potatoes, and green beans. Oh, dude, you're killing me. That's like a perfect meal, right? Mashed potato, green beans, and steak.
Now for a shield. The shield is 3 pieces. Big red piece.
Jeff said, "Cool, you got yours done, Denny."
Yeah, pretty much. This yellow piece right here. Break.
Oh, wow. Bummer. His wife's been in New Jersey for a few weeks.
Uh-oh. I didn't mess that up too bad.
I always forget when you're saying that your wife is... I forget that she's not even home. Because he'll mention that she's off at family there. And I know what that means, but I forget what it means. So then it don't dawn on me that when he says that she's gone.
Yeah.
In my brain, she's, down the road.
Yeah.
And I'm not thinking about, the fact that, no, that means that his wife is actually not home and is not going to be home. We've talked, Jason and I talk, and so he said something about it at some point recently, and it didn't dawn on me what he was saying until now. Yeah, I didn't want to say it was. I just said family. I want to say more than.
That's kind of weird. This shield handle is kind of unnecessary. It shows it. You can pop the shield onto his arm, and then the handle's just like next to his hand. And it says put the hand in there and stuff, but you don't even really need to.
Well, I guess if he was going to get serious about combat, but, if he's just hanging out on sentry duty, he might want to smoke a joint or something. I can't put the gun down, but he could, like, raise his shield up, be like, yeah. Right? That'd be a mighty spliff, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Come on, guys, stand up. There we go. He almost has to lean backwards because he's like, with the shield and everything, wants to fall forward. So there he is, 100%.
Oh, yeah, Jason. We're all family here. So, Jason said, well, going back, Donna said, when she coming home? Jason said, not sure, situation not well with mom. And then he said, she's late stage Parkinson's. So. Rough, But, you're there for him because you love him. It really doesn't matter what you got to do.
Okay.
No wonder. Yeah. Yeah. And then, oh, that's the ticket. All right. Now I got this figured out. I was wondering why it didn't want to fit right. That's what she said. The cab sitting down on the chassis with the interior and all the electronics and everything. I mean, it's a tight fit, man. And like, I'll set the interior onto the chassis and it's sitting nice and everything. And it's like, okay, there's plenty of room there, and then you try to put it together and you're like, man, this just isn't wanting to go. What's the problem here? It takes you a bit to figure out where to lube it,
So all that moves.
Enough. No. Get on there. Get in the hole. Just understand.
Man, moving these things again, like I said, the stop motion. Yeah, I got rid of that idea real fast after I was like, oh, I have to move everything and not mess it up. So here's my guy. Put him in a little action pose, holding the shield at you when his head's not looking the right way. You're about to fall over.
I got a question. If you were interested in really doing that, what if you were to put magnets in their feet and then you could like do some sort of metal plate that you could paint?
Stick them onto?
Yeah, that would hold his feet, and then you would be able to move different things, just ever so slightly.
Yeah. So
Just a thought. If
I've
you're really
seen,
interested in doing that, that might
yeah,
be a way
no,
of.
I've actually recently seen people will make the shield and stuff like magnet mount because it's such a pain to take, or even like the shield can mount to his backpack,
Uh-huh.
and they'll just put a magnet mount to that instead of this little like peg and hole. What they'll do is they either find, I can't get the shield off the arm. They'll find magnets that are the same size as these little tiny holes, or they'll fill it in with super glue and then drill out space for a huge magnet. So there you can kind of see he can rock his shield as a backpack too.
Okay. That'd be the way to go.
Yeah. Trying to get him to pose all cool, but and then this gun doesn't have 2 handles, so he doesn't really need that.
Thank you, Donna.
Check out what Jeff has. Oh yeah, his TIE fighter. That's
the Lego Luke
Lego
Skywalker.
Star Wars. I was gonna get that kit for my son, but I might keep it here for him to build. Maybe I need one of those stands. They have those stands for these guys too. Yeah, see, I think did that stand come in your kit you're building, Jeff? My mom just said you need that stand. Yes, I do. You can buy those stands. I didn't know if that's one he got somewhere or.
Oh,
A lot of
that is cool. I wonder if that comes with the Lego.
So a lot of these kits, the master grade ones, I think, come with a stand so you can pose them and not have them fall over and shit. Because it is, I mean, you can see I just barely touched this table and this guy wobbles like a lot.
Ooh.
I mean, they got pretty big feet and stuff for what they are.
What's this Jeff is showing us? Wait. Stand? I think that might be the stands.
Yeah.
Couldn't read it, but looks like maybe you can order these stands like that. So probably just go on Amazon, look it up, and it says Gundam stand, and you'd probably get that.
Yeah. Well, there's Gundam ones that you can like build. That's like basically a kit that you put together, or you can buy like what he's got. I don't know if those are actual Gundam ones or not, but I know they have black and different color ones and stuff too. If you want, to want them to disappear into the background, kind of.
Right. I just don't understand. Let's see. Right.
Trying to pose them, can't hold all the pieces at once. There's real action posed out on that one, kind of. Can't tell if you guys can see that good or not.
Just sully yourself.
No.
It's not like they need to look at me.
My light died. I don't know if it'll turn on for a second.
Oh, there you go. You need a turntable.
Yeah, that's a lot of people that do it, full time YouTube for it have turntables. But you can see he's pretty posed out, his legs pretty far bent back, and
Yeah.
so they are fairly posable. And the higher the grade you get, the higher the grade you get, the more posable they get, and the more if you get one of those stands, obviously you can like make them jumping or like make them stepping forward or like kind of mid whatever. But yeah, I like it. It was a pretty easy kit. It's my 1, 2, 3, fourth one. I would definitely recommend this one or the Strike one for a beginner. Jeff like jumped in the deep end with a high grade. I mean, high grades aren't that bad really. Just a few more pieces than these. I mean, I could do a high grade no problem. I think I just wanted to do these ones to see kind of how hard it was, how small the pieces were, stuff like that. Oh, see, yeah, falls over easy. Trying to make sure he got both feet planted well, but
he says he found that idea while surfing on Amazon when he ordered the Gundam model.
Nice. There we go. Glue on it, knocked it over. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it's on a box on a wobbly table, but they're definitely not, they're definitely not the most stable thing. That's why they're more of a model kit to look at. Like, I thought I'd really be able to be like, just hand this to my kid and be like, have a blast. And I could probably like super glue a few things so that shit won't pop off. Like these little handles will just pop out of here. Or, well, I guess the gun won't really fall apart now. But I could like, glue the pieces together rather than just have them snap together. But they don't really need it. Jim must have went to let his dog back in.
No,
how you doing there, Jeff? And no stands in the kits. Good thing I got some. Oh yeah, see, it might only be certain kits that come with them.
I was modifying my specially custom-made battery harness. So you got 2 plugs into one.
Just for extra run time?
Well, in this case, with this rig, the way I'm building it, I've got everything stuffed in such a small area. I'm actually going with 2 batteries, 2 small batteries on either side here. I've got two 120s. So I'll have one here, and then I'll have one here.
Nice.
On each of these sliders. And then they'll plug into that plug, which then will plug into my ESC. It's Rockwolf.
Heck yeah. Jeff, I don't know if you showed again or not. Which kit did you start on your Gundam there? Or type in which one it is. Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting the brown ones of these, the 30-minute missions ones, just so I can really kind of go crazy on the aging and stuff, because I want to take outside pictures of them, in the dirt and have it look like it's actually doing something or standing on a rock or something cool.
Well, yeah, like, and you can do
the red
that,
ones?
and then you
Sweet.
could have like these guys standing like, guard while those ones are working and shit.
Yeah. Nice, Jeff.
What's
That one
this
looks
guy?
pretty cool.
It looks like a bad guy.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of weird how there's not a good guy or bad guy necessarily.
Well, I think it's all, kind of on the whole samurai concept. So,
See, his
with
looks like
samurai, it's just
his looks like
one.
it has different weapons and stuff, or different wings and shit that fold out.
Well, of course, you would expect your samurai to differentiate himself from another.
Yeah. Well, I was just in the show. They don't ever say it, but it's more about how just war is bad for everybody, and there's everyone has everyone fighting thinks they're fighting for the right side. They're the good guys in their mind.
Well, yeah, and that's really,
That's how it
in
is.
war, that's how it really is. That's why people are fighting, because,
Yeah.
you don't go into it going, oh, we want to do bad.
Yeah.
You should let us keep doing bad, so we're going to war. Generally, people are good, and they're not going to go to war for bad. So you got to convince them that they're going for a good reason.
Yeah. I'm gonna go take another dab right quick.
Me too. Stone Jim time again. Jeff said no stands in this kit. Glad I got some. I've got a comment for that, Donna, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to say it. I think I can do it right now. And I think then that'll work like this. It won't get in the hole. There it goes. So yeah, if I can set that flat on that. One battery lead right here. Then the other one will pull all the way to the other battery across here. You can't see any of it. So yeah. This lead will go all the way across to the other side here. Hopefully it will. I think it It does.
Oy.
Yeah?
I took one out there and then brought my rig in here for another hit.
Ah.
What's the chat up to? Why is this like this?
I don't know. Why is what like who?
My chat on my tablet was behind. Tablet's behind or something. Now I see nothing.
Yeah. It's gonna have to be.
There it goes. You need that stand. Got the idea while surfing Amazon. Yep. Okay, didn't miss much. Yeah, now I got to take cool pictures of this guy. Usually I take like at least 4 pictures, different poses, different angles, kind of.
Right.
Just to show it off. I mean, the thing is, these things aren't like new. There's a new kit that just came out. What do you got there? That looks like the torso, Jeff. I missed that. But the Netflix show, the Requiem for Vengeance, it's called, is the new AI body done, he says. Top body done. There we go. Oh, he's got the head on it. Sweet. Yeah, I like the bright red and stuff on there.
Oh, wow.
But they
Looks
just dropped
angry.
the kit on A main, and it's I like they're called the Zaku, the more round one. I don't know how to describe it. But they just dropped that on there, and I just bought that other brown kit. And I mean, I bought it because I was getting free shipping if I spent so much on Amazon. But it was like, man, right after I bought that other brown kit, this other like orange red one comes out that I really would like. I just watched the show, like, but I'm not really trying to get like, oh, this is the newest best kit or whatever. I just kind of was like, this one's cool, that one's cool, this one's cool. Yeah, you can tell his has like a lot more detail and stuff than the one I got. Like his had lots of pieces on his top of his body. Mine was made with like 8 pieces. His is probably like 15 pieces.
Or you can make your own pieces.
Yeah, there you go. It is. The body's on there.
Well, I used the body panels and I actually screwed them on.
Yeah.
But then in the process, because I needed them there to build up the chassis, so I knew where I needed all the pieces. Well, in the process, the panels are now actually stuck to the tubing. But I still like the look of the screws, so it looks like they're held on. But they ain't never coming off. Not without being destroyed anyway.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Well, I needed the sides there to build the tubing, to have it all. But ended up getting because I was using super glue to like tack the pieces into place, Well, it ran and got onto the side panel. So then the side panel got locked in. So this is all this one piece now. Because now I've since gone through and hit it all with slurry. So it's all, been welded together now. Except for this centerpiece, which is actually carbon fiber, but it got super glued on this side. So, oh well, there it can sit. It's not going anywhere. This side's loose, but no need to tear it out. That's where it's supposed to be. It's a shock brace.
Nice.
For my stocks.
Yeah, I mean, it all looks like it's supposed to be there. You didn't just like tube. It looks like it's functional.
Yeah. I mean, I suppose you could add extra tubes or whatever, but I don't know. You don't really need that much, you know. I mean,
Yeah. Jeff said he almost got the rack for the parts tree holder. Yeah, I'd like one of those because I got them. I mean, I only had 4 parts trees, and I had them, one here, one there, one there, and I was going like A, B, and kind of trying to remember. And then, I only had 4, but trying to keep them organized when you're looking for part B417. You kind of need to be able to grab the right one and not pick up every single thing and go, is this it? Is this it? Is this it?
gotcha, Donna. Yeah, they kind of look like tie-down mounts, your mom said.
On the side?
Yeah.
I mean, it reminds me of, I used to have, my mom will remember this, the truck she gave me had a button-on tonneau cover.
Right. I remember those.
And man, in the winter, you better not take it off because you'll never stretch it back on. In the summer, you could take it on and off, no problem.
Right.
But I swear, I took it off one winter and just could not get it back on, and it just never went back on.
Right. Well, then you're lucky too. Like if you don't use it, if you're not like either if you're not hitting them with WD-40 or you're not using it regular, they'll get all froze up. They'll get like rust welded shut.
Yeah.
And then you end up either if you're smart, you go at it with like some WD or PB Blast or whatever, some tools, and work each of them loose. Or if you're a dumbass, and you go give it a yank and I can get this loose, and then you tear it, and then
Yeah, I wish I had that truck now too, Mom. Shit.
Yeah.
I forgot to fill my soda. I will be right back again.
I just kind of wanted to put them on there with screws. I was thinking like an actual off-roader that they just have the plastic piece or whatever, the plastic sides that are replaceable, and so they just of course wouldn't have screws on it that big. Why can't I get that lined up from this side? But anyway, that was my idea. I mean, obviously they're way oversized, but yeah, the screws are about as small as we can get smaller ones, but I didn't have them. But overall, it's coming out pretty cool. Everything's kind of exaggerated because of this. Well, drop that. See, it's still pretty tough. But this chassis is so over exaggerated with the belly, the skid angle, that's about where it should be. That's pretty exaggerated. So I'm matching that with these doors and whatnot. I don't know. So that follows that. Now it's sitting down right. Thinking about doing a plate. It's going to go across the whole thing side to side. So it'll be like a wheel well in here. It'll just be flat across. It's not going to go up, in, and above, but it'll just be back here. And it'll go all the way across from side to side. In the front, I'll have a hole opened up for the drive shaft and everything. Right, because like I say, they're from Japan. I honestly think that it's a lot of from what I've seen of like the Gundam storylines, they're very much like samurai.
Yeah, there's definitely, especially if you look at some of the SD ones, like the cartoony ones, they look a lot samurai. And there's even one called like an ashtray red frame or something. I forget what the actual like Gundam's name is.
I'm
But
here. I'm just gonna step up.
he has a big samurai sword, and he's all red, and he has like a full sheath and a fucking full blade. And it's like, why would you, if you had a 40 to 50-foot robot, why would you just give him a big ass sword when you have like laser fucking lightsaber things? But looks cool. So here you can kind of see the two. I think these guys are on the same side. You know, they're like red, white, yellow, blue, whatever colors. And the other guys are like green or red a lot. I forget exactly, but you can see like their shields are similar, but not quite the same. Let's move it over here. We can see it. Actually, let's move. There we go. Makes more sense. Move the whole thing.
Wow.
Yes, Jim does have the indoor course built in progress. Nice.
Yeah, because he just asked if I have an indoor course. That's kind of why I was stepping off, clearing some.
The colors really pop on these guys. Yeah, I like the reason I picked these two kits is because I like the red, white, and blue, and then the yellow. I mean, it kind of reminds me of like McDonald's or something, but that's also a reason why I didn't really want to age these ones, is because I like how sort of pristine they look. Like I said, there's no real good guys or bad guys, but being all white, they just remind me more of the good guys, I guess. I mean, the white would look cool all aged and stuff, but I just wanted to get more of the construction worker guy looking ones and really do those up. Show off your course, Jim.
Yeah, in a second. Where'd it go? Just gonna jump up. All this stuff. My So yeah, these are my benches. Different rigs. That's my rock rat in progress. Frankie Jr. My tires, I'm getting them up there. Have to do some repairs. Model kits are RC. Those are builds.
Dang.
Parts. Anyway, that's my paint booth. Then this will be the beginning of the course. So what I have is temporary, but we'll be putting in a reactive terrain style course in here.
Yeah, if you haven't watched Reactive Terrain,
You need to.
I don't know. Maybe my mom could.
Thank you.
The link, but I don't know if I can right now. I could try.
But yeah, this is, well, from this point down to the end there, that's 16 feet. And this is 4 foot wide. It's another 4 foot wide by, well, it would be 8 feet, but I did some hacking on a little bit. This is like my original 4x4 foam cords. You can see it goes back up inside there, comes around, goes up. And then there's 2 more course pieces there. Course piece. Those are all foam. And then this is another foam one. But that's all going because there's going to be a gap. And then about where that drywall is there'll be another table. Go to the corner back there. Then over, and then it'll continue all the way back up to, well, at least to this pole, if not to that one, and we'll rearrange. But we're getting there. But you can see the 2x4 sticking up, and then you have lines where I need to do some cuts and whatnot. But then there'll be platforms on top of each of these. And then there's going to be sub-support structure and whatnot. And then you'll be draping it in a cloth soaked in concrete to give the terrain. But I'm also going to have like a tunnel, and you'll be able to get inside. So you'll actually be able to see inside the mountain between these 2 posts. You'll be able to see inside back there.
What the heck?
But yeah, you'll start. It's going to be. You're going to start in Michigan, so you'll have a mud bog. Then you'll head into Kentucky, Tennessee, Carolinas, the Appalachians will be this course. And then when you jump that big gap, because it'll be drop-offs, and you'll be able to climb up and down. But then it's going to be the Rocky Mountains, and then around to like Moab and all that. Oh yeah, and then underneath all of this section, and then underneath all of that,
Thanks, Mom, for posting the link. I was trying to get there, but the tablet's super slow.
So what'd you think of that?
Are you gonna have any large areas of like real dirt? I mean, I know you just explained the whole thing.
It's all that's that. See, that's
you
the
said you had
that's
real
the
clay too,
that's
right?
well, that's the kicker. Yeah, see, Jeff Walters over on that side of the state, they have clay. We have sandy, loamy soil here. So he brought me 5-gallon pails of clay, and I know he's going to be bringing me more if I asked him he would. So as I work what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to have 4-inch sides on what you see.
Yeah.
And then I'm actually going to have like real mud for the mud bog.
Yeah.
But like the rest of it, like when I drape it in the sheet with the concrete and that's going to get a layer of clay and then a layer of dirt. And then you're going to have like real rock. And I'm going to have I'm going to have a dry wash that runs from way up in the mountains up there, because in the Appalachians, you'll see a lot of dry wash. The guys will be going up these dry wash, and it's all big rocks and shit. And so, and then when it rains, they got problems. But, so, I'm going to have a dry wash that I'll actually be able to turn water on.
Nice.
And shit like that.
Yeah. I mean, I just play outside when it rains, but yeah, if I could, I'd have a huge, like, indoor garage course or something. Earl says, nice line slang. See this? Yeah, I can see this. Obviously I watch a bunch of your shit because I like seeing down there where I used to live. But your shorts, man, you get a little down lower angle showing up and get a little closer to your rigs so you can see all the flex and the tire squish and stuff. And man, you got like some killer rigs, you got killer rocks. I think you can make some killer. I mean, I like your stuff already, but I could just imagine myself down there filming, trying to do it all real crazy. Like,
I told my wife she had the upstairs, but the basement was mine. So.
Yeah. Dang.
So this room, it's like 34 feet from this wall to that wall. And then like from the outside wall to those poles is 12 feet. So it'll go from here down there and then back up to there. So I'm not sure what
Yeah, because see this, I'm not good at filming either. I just good at editing.
So it's 26 feet.
But what you got to think of, I guess, when I think of filming these little trucks, I mean, you have a lot of tent scales. Think of like you're standing there as a tent scale person watching a truck. Where would you want to stand where you could watch them drive all the way up it without stuff being in the way or without like having to move your head a lot, you know, because obviously unless you're like filming with one hand and driving with the other, you can't move the camera. I notice you use a lot of tripods. I like tripods. I mean, I can't really film with one hand and drive with the other because I only got the one friggin' hand. But, you know, think about if you're standing there, where would be the coolest place to like look at, or where's the truck gonna cross doing the coolest, most articulation, or where's it gonna drop, or where's it gonna, you know, do something. I don't know. I just watch a lot of other. I watch it on Instagram more than YouTube. I don't know why, because I don't post on Instagram. But I'll watch other people's shorts just to see. Okay, you know, it doesn't look like a drone shot. It doesn't look like an RC. How do they make it look realistic? Well, you have to get on the level, and you have to, you know, do the right editing, the right filter, or whatever to kind of blur out the background so it focuses more on the thing. And
you ever watch Double Down? Oh, sorry.
Go for it.
I was gonna say, do you ever watch Double Down Debo?
Yeah.
The way he does it, he has this tripod that he got that's like you can hold it or you can split it into a tripod and it holds your phone, and it actually has tracking.
Oh, really?
You can like lock it onto your rig.
Dang.
You know, so you would set it down and have it pointed where you're going to start, you know, over there. Lock it onto your rig and then drive, and it'll follow your rig around.
Huh. I need one of them.
And I'll see if I can find out where he got that and get you hooked up on that. And I don't think it was like overly expensive. I mean, it wasn't like $300. I'm not going to say it wasn't, you know, maybe $100. I don't think it was anywhere near $100, honestly, but I might be right. It might be $100.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have no money for the hobby shit, but I mean, I even looked into the 360 cameras, because then you just set it up and then you edit and say follow this, or you edit and say, you know, move the camera to here now and move it up and move it over, and you know. So I thought, man, that would be like the ultimate freedom in editing, because you can look 360 degrees around. You know, at the end of the clip, I could like flip around and show myself sitting there staring at it, going, you know, driving it like an idiot.
That would be cool. But yeah, so at any rate, I don't think those were that much, and I think those work really well. Because if you watched his videos, that's how he gets them, you know, where it's driving along and it's tracking, and you know.
Because that's I've asked other people. I mean, because I watch people and I'm like, man, how do they do that? And there's one rock star crawlers or rock.
See, just said he's seen them and they're actually pretty cheap.
Huh?
50,
see, every time
50 or so. See, that's what I was thinking, like 50 or so, really, but I didn't want to say.
I've seen some tracking tripods, but it only says face tracking, so I didn't think it would work for RC cars.
His work's just fine, yeah. I'm not sure, what's different or why his works or any of that.
Yeah.
Like I said, I can look into it, talk to him, and see what he's using and what.
Jeff's got a drone that follows. Yeah, I mean, a drone would be cool, but I mean, if you're following around a 10th scale, it'd be okay. But if you're trying to follow a 24th scale with a drone, you're going to see the wind from the drone. Like, it's going to be so close following you, getting the good shot.
Jeff said, "Yeah, I have that gimbal tripod that follows you." See, so that he may have the one that Debo's got because he knows Debo.
I use a mount on my remote with phone takes cool videos. Yeah, tracking hard with cars due to dark terrain. Yeah, because I remember I use CapCut, and it has a tracking editor thing on there. And I tried to, because one of the people I asked was that Rockstar I was talking about. Let me see, you don't have to look at the Gundam all the time if my phone will stay up here. But I asked him how he did it, and he said he shoots in landscape, and he'll show his car go by, and then he'll make a short out of it, make it a vertical video, and then tell it to track it so he gets like this perfect scan. And even like the truck will speed up and it'll speed up, and it's like, when you're filming a truck, it's hard. The truck will lurch or you'll step and the whole camera will move. Filming is not easy at all. So every time I see someone that has like a really smooth video, I'm like, want to message them, how did you do this? And most people won't even answer you. But he answered me and said, I shoot in landscape and I use the tracking editor. And I was like, oh, man.
That was cool. And who was that again? Rockstar?
Yeah, Rockstar Crawlers. Rockstar Crawlers. He's got a cool all black deadbolt with like a white cage. And then he's got.
No, I watched him. So yeah, we'll have to make sure we show him some love, guys.
Yeah, I don't know.
That
I don't think
cool.
your mom follows him. I'd say post a link, but I tried to post a link and could not get this tablet to freaking do nothing. With a sick bug. Yeah, yellow one, I think. Man, there's a lot of bugs in RC YouTubers. It's hard to. Have you seen his Chevy truck, Brian, with the what the heck's the chassis? And he's got the lights coming out the front of the windshield and everything, and it fits the Chevy perfect. I forget the name of the chassis. The Fun Haver. I think it's the Fun Haver. MB24. Maybe that's it.
That is the Fun Haver.
Oh, is
the
it?
MB24?
Okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember. Yeah, that thing's awesome.
No.
When I saw that truck and he built it and stuff, I was like, man, that fit so like made the Chevy look all Baja, and it did. All he did was like put a big light bar on it, kind of cut out the wheel wells, obviously, but yeah, that guy's got cool videos, and I strive to have shorts and videos and stuff like he's got. Hey, there's James with the link. Thanks, James. Oh, yeah, he cut out the bed, too. That was the other thing Brian just said. Yeah. Bleak's been chilling and eating snacks. I need to eat snacks. Yeah, West AA Desert Wheeler, yes. That's right, Mom. I don't even know if you follow that Rockstar Crawlers, but you should now that James posted that link. You should go follow that guy. Everybody. He's got sweet videos.
Creeping up on letting that cop drop in.
It's that time, Jim.
So I can do that. Don't jump down, yeah.
Brian, you should stop building and running more. Get some rocks. Go to the aquarium store and buy some clean rocks to put on your nice clean desk. Get a skull or something to crawl over and crawl those things. You make such cool rigs, man. It's like they just sit afterwards. Like, I don't have to worry about dust covers because I drive mine. They get dirty from dirt. Sleek, you guys think Arma new 3S lineup? Meh. I mean, they're good. Arma has good shit, obviously, but I like the clipless bodies, and I don't know. I run, my little slow fucking Stampede back here. Every time I ran 3S on shit, I broke stuff. So it's just like, yeah, you can go ballistically fast, and then you run into something and it fucking breaks. So it's like real cool, and then you can't really use it. It's like, freaking owning a Ferrari and then living in a 25 mile per hour speed limit city. Like, it's fucking pointless. You have all that power and you can't use it for nothing. In my opinion. I take my brushed Stampede right there to the skate park, and I can just full trigger at any jump and just send that thing. And I'm not going 50 feet in the air like everyone on 3S, but I'm going full trigger. I'm freaking just hammering it, going, having just as much fun, where they're like, whoop, and then it just goes 100 feet in the air and then breaks. Not everyone breaks. Arma makes good cars. They, I've seen people jump them and bash them and thrash them, but like the Groms that have the, brushless, I'm just like, they better upgrade. They're freaking, Jeff's got one right there. I feel like that thing's going to break if you mess it up too much. Like, one crash and you're going so fast that something's going to break, but I don't know. I like going fast. I have a brushless Stampede too, and I've like broken A-arms and broken the chassis and broken the bulkhead and broken the bearing carriers, and you break shit. Like that looks like a cool rig. Here, I'm gonna blow you up. But like on the not to be a Traxxas fanboy, but on the Mini Max that they're coming out with, for one, it's a little bit bigger, so you can still like go fucking off road. Like, that little thing would barely go around my track. Like, it would be flipping over from the amount of rocks and like grass, mounds that I have. That wouldn't cut it in my yard really. So I need something a little bit bigger. So something like the Traxxas Mini Max has bigger tires. It's using 10th scale shocks and stuff. So, it's already using stuff that works for 10th scale, but it doesn't weigh as much. It's using 10th scale drive system. So it has like more power for the size. It has, excess torque and stuff for how little it is because the motor is so oversized. So I don't know. I just see like the super crazy brushless of the Arma, and I see the brushless 2S system of the Mini Max, And they're 100%. I'd rather have the Mini Max over any one of the Groms. Like, I don't care if they're faster or not. I just think the Mini Max would be the better car. I mean, for me, I like going to the skate park. I have big rocks and shit in my backyard. Like my Stampede barely, I can be going sideways in a turn and hit a rock and flip over. So if I have a littler car, it's just gonna the whole time. I want something a little bit bigger, but Brian Cosner, going fast is breaking parts, right? I like building and running, not repairing. Crawlers are pretty easy if you drive them appropriately. Yeah, I mean, like,
Well, I like my crawlers.
Yeah, I hear you guys breaking axles and stuff all the time, and it's like,
not anymore.
Well, not anymore because you buy really good axles, but like, I've never broken an axle. Maybe I just don't. Maybe when I'm in a bind, I stop or something. I go pick it up rather than just.
Well, yeah. I learned to get. I'm a better driver now. Yeah, but I mean, I've got really good axles too now. So.
Yeah. I mean, I'd rather have really good axles than have to not drive, like a man. But
well, the thing is, I think people forget with these things is, skill. I mean, people want to make it do what a 10 scale will do, but
yeah.
I mean, really, for what the scale of our rigs, everybody should be looking at reactive terrain and how they drive. Well, how Adam drives.
Yeah.
And the scale of the way the terrain is. I mean, even myself, I mean, you look at what I have over here and the rocks I have set up, and it's insane compared to really what you're looking at as far as a vehicle. I mean, sure, if you take something like this at it, what I have set up is appropriate, but it's certainly not appropriate for like, a semi-stock or stocked base vehicle. No.
Yeah.
So it depends on what you're driving too, and then, watch some full scale. If you don't watch any full scale stuff, check it out. Because, and then look at the terrain compared to the vehicle and think about what you drive compared to the terrain you drive it on. And you're going to see a vast difference.
Yeah.
In reality, we expect a lot out of these little things. A lot.
Just to answer Casitas, I do want to see that rally car, Casitas. I commented on their video and told them they forgot to send me one to review. I don't think it's going to work, but we'll see if I get one. But yeah, shit, now I forgot what you were talking about. Oh, driving appropriately.
Just, what we expect out of these things and what scale really is. And,
my nephew has been coming over, and I was like, dude, let's drive some RC cars. Like, I do this all the fucking time. Let's hang out and drive some. So I gave him my Gladiator, and he's 30, and I mean, he was just hammering it at shit and like expecting it to just like kind of hit stuff and go straight over. And like, I was like, dude, it's a crawler. Like, look how slow you can do it. And it's like, oh, and because he was just like backing up, and then get his wheel.
Most people's exposure
stuck, and I'm like, dude, pick it up. Like, you're gonna break the wheel off if you like keep just hammering it.
Right. Well, most people's exposure to RC, what they've seen is bashers. They've seen bashers.
He's got a cheap like Amazon basher. Yeah.
Well, and so that's, so that's what they think is how you drive. And it's like, well, you wouldn't go to the F1 park and race your F1 racer that way, or, your NASCAR isn't going to romp over rocks either. It's appropriate to what you're driving. And like Brian said, it's crawlers.
Yeah. I mean, I have a basher and I have a crawler, and I don't really bash my crawlers, and I don't crawl my bashers, obviously, because they don't fucking crawl. But I do try sometimes, like if I go, because we have like a rock, I made a rock fence kind of, around a tree, a rock pile, I guess. It's only like 3 or 4 rocks. It's like this high, a pile of rocks. And it's right where, did you cut it all the way through? You did.
Yeah, I dropped the shock heads through so that it would sit in nice.
That's exactly what I would want to do. But the rocks are right where there's a turn on our oval track. So sometimes I end up over there and I'm always like, oh, rock crawling, and I just over them and shit. But yeah, obviously you don't bash your freaking crawlers unless you know you're going to replace parts. I mean, like I seen, Kevin Talbot and obviously a lot of people put like fast brushless systems where their TRX4 or their freaking axial base camp or whatever can do 30 miles an hour, and it's like, I don't really need that. Casitas has,
cool.
Yeah, I'm like, cool. Casitas, don't you have a Red Cat, that crawler thing that's like a rock racer? That thing's like crazy fast for a crawler, that's like a basher almost. Red Cat has a video of people using crawlers as low rider, showing everyone with playing bumper cars. Nice. That's awesome.
Right, Brian.
Brian wanted to see you hold that up again, I think. Yeah. Here, I'm going to solo you out even so I can see it. Yeah, that's what I want to do. That's the only reason I want one of those little minis. I used to want one of those Team Associated, the 28 scales, but they don't, you can't really jump them. You can't replace parts, but that little thing is like the perfect kind of mini basher.
Well, and again, if you don't go getting crazy with the, throwing a bunch of speed and whatnot at it.
Yeah. Yeah, and those tires, yeah.
It's not gonna. Yeah, these are the Mofo, the 0.7 rims, and then the RT 4-wheel drive. These are Patagonias.
Oh, really? Yeah, see, I think it's so cool that you put like crawler type rims on that little basher thing and make it look like a independent suspension. I mean, that basically would be like someone body swapped a Volkswagen onto a Razor, like one of the side by sides.
Something,
Like now it's got fully independent suspension, long travel, fucking everything.
Yeah.
Brian says stock foams. I wonder if they'll expand. I hate buggy bodies, but
this thing isn't so crazy fast. I've spun it up. It doesn't do anything. Battery's dead, so I'd show you.
Yeah, it doesn't. I mean, they don't. It's not like it's that fast. I know people say they're pretty fast, but they're not like crazy fast, right? Not too fast to like balloon up a freaking crawler tire. Too bad.
Yeah, it's just not that fast.
Yeah.
I suppose you put a 50,000 buzzsaw from Mofo in there, and okay, now you might start blowing tires off.
I thought he had a video where he put a motor in one of those. Actually,
he put the Torque Beast X, the 030 Torque Beast X, in it, I believe, or not the X, just the 030 Torque Beast.
Yeah.
That's what he put.
I
The 030 Torque Beast. And that's not a 50,000 motor. I'm not sure what the RPM on that. I mean, it's fast, don't get me wrong, but and more than fast enough for this thing. Mini Sand Scorcher, said Brian. Yeah, well, that's why Andy bought one, and so he ordered a second one, and I didn't realize it at the time, but his goal was to give it to me. So Andy gave me this one, and of course now Caleb is going to buy one, so that's 3 of us, and we know a couple other guys who kind of like the whole speed thing. So they used to crawl with us, but then they got, I think they just got bored with crawling. To be honest, they like speed, and so we haven't seen them back. But we were running these. I imagine we might see them back. So, yeah, I don't know. You know me, I can't stick with something stock. I had to do something different. I had this body. So, yeah, AA. Aaron sent this to me a while back, and I just wasn't sure what to do with it until now. And then this is going to be cool, you know.
Well, I remember I told you about those 28 scales from Team Associated and putting it on there.
Well, and I had looked at doing that, and so it's been sitting there looking at that for a long time. It's been waiting to go on there.
You had thought about it.
Yeah, and that's where the body's been sitting since then. And I hadn't gotten to it. So now I didn't get to it, but now I found something else that I'm gonna like even better. So
yeah,
I think this will be cool.
Yeah, I mean, I'm freaking that little car is way down the line on my list of RCs, but for a cheap, if I were to get a whole RC and like two of them, one for me and one for my dad, I could easily pick up two of those rather than two of anything else. Well, I mean, I guess you can get
I'm really into the crawling, and I'm really dedicated to mofo parts. It's like, well, here and there I try something different here and there, but for the most part, it's like, well, there's just nobody's going to top those parts anywhere in the near future. And some things are good. I've tried some stuff and that's cool. But I mean, for the most part, he carries everything I need. And, so then it just boils down to chassis and bodies.
Yeah.
And so I've been just doing a lot of that.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just can't get myself.
Yours, though, right?
What's that?
That mini B that you have, that one's yours.
Well, yeah, right? No, yeah. Andy gave this to me. Yeah, he actually gave it to me.
Andy has one too, right?
Yes. Yeah, he has.
You could make a little cardboard fucking jump, and you and Andy could just run those in the basement in a circle.
Yeah,
figure 8 or something, and fuck around.
I've been thinking about what I was gonna do to clear shit. I mean, that's what we've been doing is going. That's why you guys haven't seen much of me lately, because the shop out there, that room is completely packed full of stuff that we've brought from my other house. And so we've been working on that, and we've got a lot of stuff. My wife's been moving in, so she's been bringing, so it's just been a lot of work and chaos around here for a while now. So, once we get stuff squared away, I got a lot of, I can move all that shit out of my way. I can actually get rid of some of this stuff. It's like, I've got these foam courses, and it's like, man, I don't want to just get rid of them, but to be honest, building this, I don't need them anymore. So I just figured out one piece I'm actually going to use on the inside of that mountain. So that's
Caleb
one.
Doesn't have any room for him, huh?
Not so much. Not really.
It's that time again.
Oh, that's always a good time for me. Stone Jam down again.
Casita says, growing up right off the 33 freeway, people used to race RCs. I was memorized by them. On the freeway or off the freeway? Growing up off the freeway. Yeah, I never really saw RCs a lot as a kid, I feel like.
RC was kind of a limited thing when I was a kid. There was and I lived way out in the country, small town, like 40 or so miles from most big towns.
Take a break.
So, when we got to the big town or whatever, and I could talk my parents into stopping at a hobby shop or something, I get to see some stuff. And then I met a kid, he had a frog. And so, that was my dream. And then after a couple of years, I got one for Christmas. And, that's pretty much the exposure. I mean, I didn't get to go race or any of that. And there wasn't internet or anything.
Yeah. I was going to say I remember my older brother, getting some kind of like Tyco that you could rotate where the center of the axle was on the wheel. so you could like make it a lowrider truck and like handle in the parking lot, or you
Right.
lift it up and it would like go off road a little bit.
Oh
And
wow.
it probably went like 5 miles an hour, and I was like,
Wow.
had to be freaking, I don't know, 10, and just thought that's so cool, and it could, raise and lower.
Yeah. Actually, my first RC car was like, it was a Corvette. It was probably like 10th scale. It was like a toy out of Walmart, or Kmart actually at the time, I think. And it was just this black Corvette, and you put the D batteries in the bottom and screwed it shut,
Yeah.
and it drove around on the driveway. And, of course, then I had to jump it, and,
Yeah.
however, not long it didn't last.
Yep. Yep. Because he
But
said he grew up with slot cars. See, I never had slot cars either, really.
we had some slot. Well, I should say, see, I had a half brother, 12 years older than me, and so they had a slot car course. My dad and him, and like they were over in Germany. My dad was in the military, so when they were in Germany, they like had done a whole train and slot car and little buildings and all that. And then I remember when I was a little kid, like 4, we had a house, and my dad had set something like this up in the basement. It was 2 4x8 sheets in a square, and he put mountains and trains and slot car cars and the little town, and it was like awesome,
Yeah.
But I wasn't allowed to touch it because I was like 4. Yeah, and I got in trouble when I did. But then when I was like, I think I was 9, and yeah, and so we actually set up the whole thing like that. Me and my dad, we still had that stuff.
Nice.
We didn't have the slot cars, but we had the train, and so it was like 2 4x8 sheets in an L shape, and then in the L there was a 3x4 sheet plywood set up, and so that was the layout, and there was paper mache mountains and this and that, and painted roads, and it was cool, I mean, my buddy would go down there, and we'd play with our Hot Wheels, and he'd race them around.
Yeah.
Good guys and bad guys shooting each other. Yeah, goofy shit. Crash the train into cars, and then of course underneath we had it set up like a giant clubhouse. With blankets hanging down over the sides.
Yeah. He just took a picture of a buggy at Walmart. Walmart has a fun haver style. They call it the Brocky. I think that's the rig's real name. The Von Gitten's Bronco fucking Ultra 4 racer. I think he calls it Brocky. And Walmart has a crawler racer, rock racer, whatever, Brocky. And I was like, man, that body. And then freaking Mias or whoever like came out with the fun haver, and I was like, oh, that's like a awesome version of it. I don't have to buy it at Walmart and tear apart.
That's one of them Walmart
like that.
One. I got this in a trade off somebody. I've just never got to using it yet. I'm not sure exactly how I want to use it. I've got so many cool ones to do yet. And a couple that I actually want to put back together.
How long have we been going? 3 hours and 30 minutes. How many people are watching?
Almost 340.
Dang. 10 people.
Sometimes watching. It just flows, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's almost midnight here. Well, it's 20 minutes to midnight.
Yeah, I didn't really expect much for Wednesday, but it's like miserable here, and I started, getting into these model kits, basically knowing that winter was coming and I was gonna like need something to do. And like I got a big paper mache rock crawler course and a big foam one, but they're like, I think the one is like 3 feet by 4 feet. You kind of go around the circles like 4 or 5 times, even if you have gates and stuff. It's like Okay, I'm done with this one, and then the other one like has to sit flat on the floor. And we have dogs, so we'll get dog hair in our axles and shit if we're not careful, just playing on the floor. But I figured some of these model kits would be fun, and I got a couple more on the way. Next time I'll be aging them with some acrylic paint. Where'd you get that one from?
Um, I hate to say it, but I really am not remembering.
Oh,
I got it in a trade with someone.
I like the alien.
Oh, I know who it was. It was Dusty. Dusty Hetfield from Florida. Raptor Man.
Hmm.
That's who it was.
Yeah, Jeff, how you doing on your model? Are you taking a break? Did you put it away? Did you finish a torso or legs or anything yet? Whole box full of chassis.
That's a mofo.
Oh, is it? Nice.
That's that mofo printed one. The alpha. And then this one, I can't believe I've never gotten to.
Dang, that's like a rock bouncer.
Yeah, this is from Gamey. This is a Shapeways print.
Whoa.
This was huge like 3 years ago. This is a 3D print, but look at that.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's like that kind of plastic that it's like that flexible.
Well, better than
That
like
it doesn't even scare me. Huh?
Yeah, better than snapping and just breaking off. Because that would be
Well,
cool.
yes.
I mean, obviously a rock bouncer gonna end up upside down a lot if you're doing it right, kind of.
Well, I mean, this is just, I mean, when you think of this kind of plastic feels like injection molded plastic,
Oh, nice.
like the shit that don't want to break, like you can't break it kind of. I mean, I'm not going to try any harder than what I showed you, but I don't even know if these are still available anymore. He had several different ones. This was just the favorite one I had seen. I thought, man, that's awesome. I think this was called a Reaper.
Nowadays, with the brushless like 2-in-1s, you wouldn't have to worry about like fitting an ESC and receiver and freaking all the stuff inside of that cage. You can almost build it better now than you could have back then. Jeff showing off his guy. See, his has got a lot more color, like separation and colors.
Yeah. Holding it by the arm.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me, now that I'm seeing it in the colors and what I'm seeing, kind of reminds me of Voltron.
Yeah. Yeah, it took me a long time. I was looking for an orange kit, and man, I just like couldn't find one. And then finally, a different, like, it's the same manufacturer, but a different kit popped up, and I was like, well, shit, I don't care if it's like a Gundam off the show. I just want like a cool orange robot. And so that's one of the kits I think I want to buy next. And he's just kind of construction looking, and you can see like the holes on his chest and stuff right there. You can actually attach other armor and stuff to him.
Yeah, okay.
So these ones, it's a 30-minute missions kit. That's one of the next ones I want to get.
Well, that would be perfect to tie in with like your construction crew,
Yeah, and it's the same. The 30-minute missions is the same kit company, whatever.
Well, I mean, but like as far as the theme, you got your construction bots and then like a security one,
Yeah. Here's the other kit I'm getting, just to re-show people that one. Whoa. It's got big shovel arms that go like all the way down.
Right.
He's got this is more kind of like the same level of grade as Jeff's, but not quite. It's the 30-minute missions is obviously they're named that way because they want you to like be able to do the kit in about 30 minutes.
You
So
don't know me very
it's not
well.
too difficult of a kit. There's not too many crazy steps.
Well, yeah, but that's only if you're talking to like someone above the age of 13 or so. I mean, I
Yeah, well, I
told you
mean,
guys I'm 12.
like the kits that I have that I did today, the entry level, it
Right.
says 8+ on it.
Uh-huh.
So they're expecting an 8-year-old to put this together. I mean,
This could be an issue then. I may have to revise my age.
yeah, I was gonna say not to be that guy, but maybe a Japanese 8-year-old could put it together. I don't know if my 8-year-old could.
Oh, we are talking Japanese. All right, see, so I do have some grace there. So 12's about right.
Camel colored one would be cool. Yeah, cause see this the 30-minute mission ones, like I was just showing in the brown, they come in like kind of an army drab green too. Because they are more like military kind of construction kind of. Jason Earl's taking off. 5:30 comes soon. Yeah, thanks for
All
hanging
right,
out.
brother.
I
Have a
probably
good
won't
one.
go
We'll
much
talk to you
longer.
later.
I didn't really plan on going this long, but we're just sort of shooting the shit and hanging out. So I don't think I'll make it till Jeff's done with his kit. That's another couple hours. But I'll hang out probably another 15 minutes. Go make it a 4-hour live. But yeah, thanks, Jason, for stopping in, hanging out. But yeah, back to Casitas. There's camo. There's more of a green and army drab ones, and the 30-minute mission kits are very interchangeable parts. Where like the Gundam ones are kind of just like, I mean, you could technically put his arm on his arm, I guess. But the 30-minute mission kits are like made to like switch out arms and stuff. So I thought that was kind of cool, and I thought I'd give them a shot. And they are. I got the one for like $9.99. I ordered my daughter a Christmas present, and it was like spend $6 more to get free shipping, and I was like, done. I got a robot kit I want. I'm buying it. $9.99. Are there vehicles for them? I think. Man, I just saw.
Well, how much was the shipping?
Well, I got free shipping if I spend another $6.
Right. Well, how much was the shipping before you spent that?
$6.99.
So you spent $3.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, that's kind of how I looked at it. I was like, whatever, and I got something.
Well, you were going to spend $6.99 for shipping, so you spent $3 and you got free shipping.
Yeah. But there's a one-wheel fucking airplane. I don't even know what to call it. I'm sure there's some cool ass name for it. Like this is the GAT Strike X105.
Okay.
But he had it had like a big wheel, but like a jet airplane coming off the front. It was crazy, and he was like straddling the wheel off the back, kind of. I don't know, but I think it was a newer kit for a vehicle for one of these Gundams. I'm gonna try this again.
Yeah, I better make sure mine works too. You never know. You got to test these regularly,
Mine still worked. Jeff
stay on that tip.
said not sure. We'll have to check. Yeah, I've tried to look up stuff. I mean, I've YouTubed a lot of crap. I feel like I've watched hundreds of hours of RC stuff, and now I'm like trying to watch hundreds of hours of Gundam stuff. But I'll just like, I saw that kit with the big long arms that I was like, oh, $10. And so I was like, I'm going to look it up and see if it's like good or if they're just like, don't waste your time or anything like that. And there's several people, I mean, they've been out for a while. I'm not buying any like brand new kit that's never been reviewed before. So it's kind of nice. I can look it up and they're like, oh, it built up nice. The arms kind of do this and this. So I can like know what to expect. And they're like, oh, look, there's lots of detail in this part. And I'm like, oh, cool. because the pictures they show, I mean, are cool, but when you look at this on your shelf and it's like this big, you don't see any of the detail. Like you have to take like close up pictures and like show people, oh look, there's like gray between the red and blue. Because once you get to here, you're like, red and blue, what? Like, huh? Where? So there, I mean, there's lots of detail, but you have
unless they're watching you on a big screen.
Yeah, you have to appreciate it, I guess, while you're building it, and be able to look at it afterwards. Or like, I want to be able to take pictures of it and have it look real cool. And there's a man, I wish I could think of who it was. Shit, toy something. I think I've sent you pictures of it before, Jim, where he has lots of Star Wars figures and stuff, and he has like an air gun that he like makes dust clouds behind him, and he has like several filters and like fake trees. And
yeah, I remember
he takes toys out basically to like a playground and makes it look like the movie. I mean, it's so crazy stuff. And if I could get like one picture that looked anywhere near like that, with like a real nice aged looking freaking robot just like digging in the dirt, or with a bodyguard behind him or something, that'd be awesome.
Yeah,
just one picture. That's all I need.
Well, Derek does a lot of that. He's got that on his Instagram.
Yeah. He does
World War II.
Yeah, the military stuff.
Yeah, I can't. It's got a long name, and I can never. I mean, I'm subscribed or following, but I can't remember the name.
Yeah,
World War II military scale photography or something like. I mean, it's really long name.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I remember when it was recommended to me, and I thought, oh wow, I don't want to. Okay, whatever. But then I saw a couple of the pictures and I was like, oh shit. This is like next level. This is like playing with your toys on a whole other level.
Scaled out guys.
Yeah.
And then totally scaled out Jeeps or rigs, and he's actually like doing a video where it's like a convoy, and something's broke down, or they're under attack. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
He's got great pictures.
We got about another 5 minutes left before I call the stream. So any more questions or whatever you guys got, get them in. What you want to know, either about Gundam or RC shit. I am an RC guy too.
Are there vehicles for them? They are the vehicle, man. They fly.
Yeah, I was gonna say, so right in the chest part, that's like where it separates red and blue, that's technically supposed to like open a hatch, the red part, and a person would be like sitting down in there. So if you think of a person sitting in someone's chest, or in a big robot's chest that's like this big, that's like how big a real person would be to this huge ass robot, like sitting in that little tiny spot in there. So they are the vehicle. But it's weird that, like, they give them a gun, it's a robot, it has a hand, and it has to hold and pull a trigger of a giant gun. Like, why can't the hand just be a fucking gun? Why do they have to have a hand?
Well, some of them do. Well, it's because it's an easy, they can drop it and do other things. Like I say, I really think that Robotech was like the grandfather of these, because like that Gundam there, like in Robotech, they look just like that, but it has 3 modes, and it transforms into Guardian mode, which is half airplane, or full fighter, which it's a full airplane, and like the arms tuck in, and the gun becomes a laser pod.
Do that shit too, yeah.
And
where they turn more into a vehicle looking thing.
Right, yeah. Not and then the Guardian is like halfway, where it's like airplane, but like then the jets have dropped down and become the legs, and then the center section becomes the arms, you know, and the whole reason for that in Robotech was that they were battling aliens that were 50 foot tall, and so they had to have these robot body suits that they could battle them with.
Yeah.
And
I mean, it reminds me, I was like just a little too old for Power Rangers, but anyone in my generation would know like Power Rangers, and they're like whatever Zord robots would get bigger to fight the big bad guy.
monsters,
you know?
right?
The bad
Yeah,
guy, the monster's 80 feet tall. You need a freaking 90-foot robot to fight it.
right.
Yeah, Jeff, thanks for hanging out, man. I'm glad you opened a kit and started it up. I don't know if you'll finish it later or tomorrow, or it's kind of the nice thing is they're like pretty segmented where you could like, oh, I finished the legs. Now I don't really need to start anything. I'm not going to lose my spot. Or like a model,
Right.
You like cut out parts and pieces, and then you're like, what did this piece go? And you know, where did I need to glue this? And you know, if you stop, you can kind of get lost, I feel like. But these are pretty easy. Thompson says peace.
Oh yeah.
All that good stuff. Yeah, we got another 5 minutes, 4 minutes.
Heck yeah, Jeff. It's always good to hang out with you.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad you jumped on. I'm glad you found the link because I didn't know if I could repost it or not. I was apparently StreamYard's been having real problem with the link and sending it to people. You have to like post it in the chat, but we got it figured out.
These are actually my favorite times to kind of hang out with Jeff because it's like, you know, quieter, you know, and we can actually pay attention to him. You know, it's not so many people.
Well, and like I can be like, oh, hey, panel. Jeff, and talk to him, and he can be like, what? And, you know, because he, you know,
right.
If there's 6 people on the panel, he can't tell who's talking, I'm sure. You know,
right. Well, and it just gets
easily.
It gets clustered.
Yeah.
You know, and he gets overrun. So
sometimes I'm like, or you know, you get like everybody talking at once, and it's like, I don't know what anybody said.
So heck yeah,
a new Gundam.
Oh yeah, Jeff. Peace, brother.
Later, guys. Take it easy.